We made it. Happy Friday, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3. The Fan, still over here hacking up a lung. It's like dry. It's like a dry cough that's more of an irritant. It's not that wet cough that I had, but it still sucks. It sucks. Just can't get right. Trying so hard to get my head right. Probably need to go on vocal rest. Maybe this weekend. I'm sure that'll fly.
Get your lungs right on a Friday.
Yeah, get your lungs right on a Friday. Jeez.
Unfortunately, I need the opposite of vocal rest from you today. I need more, actually.
More vocal.
More than usual, because old Benny over here, I think we've lost him already.
Dude.
We are 1 minute in.
You cannot do this. You got to turn this thing off right now. He's like staring at. You'd think Sydney Sweeney was up on the TV above him. It's a tennis match in the Australian Open.
No, he asked me, "Hey, Paulie, can you hey boy, can you get the ESPN tennis match on for me?" I said, "Oh, you never use a remote before?"
Rings his little bell.
Yeah.
Rings his bell. Yeah. What do you need? Can you turn the TV on for me?
This is like the 10th straight hour of Australian Open semifinal tennis. They're in the 5th set of the Djokovic-Sinner match. Sinner up 3-2. Djokovic serving in the 5th set. After a 5-set first semifinal in the first match in which Carlos Alcaraz
Why are we doing this? This is foreplay. No one cares.
Zverev.
No one cares.
Pretty amazing overnight tennis is what we're saying. Did you really turn off?
Yannick Sinner's dad is interested.
So if the World Series, it was Game 7, and we were in a show, and it was the 9th inning,
they always
would turn it
games
off
at 6 a.m. in the World Series. Has that ever happened before?
I'm just saying, if it did happen.
Like that's not the World Series.
It's the world's like tennis. It's a major. It's a Grand Slam event. It's a pretty compelling
That means
story.
they do 4 of them.
Yeah,
we'll have another one in a couple.
Who gives a frog's fat ass about the Australian Open at 6:03 on a Friday?
Very compelling.
Yeah, but they're not watching. They're listening to us. We have to be compelling.
They're listening
not
to
the
us,
tennis.
so I can tell them about interesting sports stories.
Is there worse radio than? Okay, Sinner just scored.
I'm not going to give play-by-play, but I would like to be able to give updates.
Let
as
them
they
know
are
when it's
warranted.
over. I won't know because Paulie turned it off.
Oh, right, Djokovic is bouncing the ball. He bounces it again.
I'm not going to give play-by-play.
Do you have?
I'm just trying to keep an eye on what's going on.
Do you have ESPN available on your computer?
And worldly?
All right,
I do.
Good. Other than that, how's everything? Other than that, how was the play, Mr. Lincoln? President Lincoln.
There was an error that prevented this video from playing.
What does that mean?
It means I can't stream it for some reason.
Thank God. I mean, yes, update them when it's over.
I won't know because it turned off. That's what I was going to do. I was going to just keep you updated until it was over.
Caitlin says in the chat, Ben, I promise you, we don't care about golf. Not even talking about golf.
This is tennis. This is tennis.
Oh man.
Listen.
Don't you find it somewhat exciting?
Yeah, I do, but I'm also in the middle of a radio show. It doesn't work out where I get to do both.
But most of the time when we do the radio show, there is nothing going on because we start at 6 a.m. and there's very few sporting events at 6 a.m. This is like one of the very few days there's actually a fairly big and exciting sporting event going on during our show. I find that to be like compelling, like, wow, something different, something unusual. It's not just the same old, same old. We actually have some fresh content to talk about.
Lights Out said, hey, thanks for the heads up. I just turned on the tennis match. Well done. Let's drive our audience away to other things.
I saw another one. Oh, sorry, guys. Got to go. The tennis match is on.
Awesome. Hey, great show on Netflix I'm streaming. It's called Safe. It's pretty good. Watching that. So if this show sucks, which it does, go watch that. Like the Oasis documentary is coming out at some point this year. And it's going to drop like after I wake up. So if I come in here like, Paulie, put the Oasis doc on, and I'm just, oh, yeah. Oh, God, there they are. Yeah, Liam and Noel just walked in a room. Wow, they shook hands. Holy crap. It's crazy seeing this now, knowing what I know. I've already been to the show. I know the tour worked. Like, I'm interested in it. Some people are, a lot of people worldwide, but it just, the timing of it doesn't coincide with our radio program.
So you're in the chat. Let him watch. Don't be D's.
Really?
Are we being D's?
I'm being the D here. Ray, I legit might have to come back after the match. Good God. Jorge, I care a lot, actually. All right, turn it on. Turn it on.
Sorry. I just I just was fascinated.
I don't disagree with you. You explained the match that went on while we were asleep.
Overnight, yeah.
And it sounds awesome. This one looked awesome. One of those things where it's like the timing of it, though, bummer that it starts, right in the middle of our show. You can keep us updated, though. Do you have I
have a score app.
Oh, there you go. How's it going right now?
3-3 in the fifth.
3-3 in the
on
fifth.
serve.
Is it tied?
Yes, two sets apiece. 3-3 in the fifth. Sinner serving against Djokovic.
Got it.
Who hasn't won a Grand Slam in like 3 years, I think, because he's getting old. But okay, sorry.
I put it back on for you.
Oh, thank you.
You can't talk about it.
I won't talk about it. What's asked? I was just answering his question.
This is unbelievable. Unbelievable way to start the program this morning. Other than that, how's everyone doing?
Good.
Yeah. Long week, you said.
Yeah, busy week, obviously, with the Farmers Insurance Open. And then we've got FanFest, got our special show tomorrow morning. I'm going to be doing the awards ceremony on the 18th green on Sunday at the Farmers Insurance Open. Just feels like there really isn't a weekend. It's just going to go. Monday morning is going to feel like
work.
The 9th day of this week once we get back to Monday.
You're in luck because Monday is actually Groundhog Day. Legitimately, it's really Groundhog Day. So you'll wake up and go, Groundhog Day. It's all coming back to us. No, it's one of those weird weeks where you're like, oh, no, there's a lot of cool stuff that I get to do. But it's also like I have to go do this stuff as well. There's not going to be a lot of downtime. I feel the same way, man. I do. FanFest tomorrow, 10 to noon. We'll be out there. Come on by at Petco Park. I think we're in section 113. Come on by. You'll see the skipper. You'll see Jason Adam. Mason Miller will be in right after we're done. So that's kind of cool. I'm bringing Bobo with me.
Joe Musgrove, Jake Cronenworth, and Jake Peavy, I think, rounding out the 97.3 Padres guest schedule.
I love that Peave's going to be there, too. That's badass. So we'll do that.
We're also giving away during our show tomorrow a Michael King signed baseball, I believe.
There you go. Love to see the now listen, because it can be a time-consuming affair at FanFest to get autographs from players. There's at the end of the day, I see people complaining every year, and I always think, okay, we love to complain, but what's the solution? What is the solution? There really is only one solution, and I don't think it's a very practical one. The only solution is that when you walk in the door, they hand you a signed ball by all the players. That's literally the only. Now, those players are like, shut up, dude. Shut up. I don't want to sign 10,000 balls.
Their whole offseason, they got to sign 30,000 baseballs.
Right.
Just for FanFest.
For FanFest. So you have to get a reservation,
I don't know. I've kind of read and heard that it's like kind of a blind draw too. Like
you don't know who you get.
You're not waiting in the Fernando Tatis Jr. line.
Right.
You're waiting in the autograph line. And when you get to the front, you're just gonna have to wait and see who's there.
Hey, Mr. McCoy, thanks so much for signing my ball. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Waited 4 hours for me.
I mean, what are you doing? I know it's happened.
I'm Marco Gonzales, newest member of the San Diego Padres.
Hello, Marco. Hello.
Who out there listening was like, 10th in line, finally got to the front.
Yeah.
And then you see Manny get up and walk away, and here comes Will Wagner.
You're like,
just
no offense to any of these guys.
Cool.
That being said, it's just tough. It's tough. Luis says, can we stop talking about FanFest? Get back to getting our tennis updates.
Break point for Djokovic in the 7th game of the 5th set.
Very nice.
Very
nice. Is it on behind me?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Now you can't watch.
That's the problem.
No, you can't watch.
Isn't that great?
You're not allowed to turn around and watch the tennis. Ben has a lot of rules. For me only.
Yeah, lots of rules. But here's the thing. I have such severe ADHD. You get me into it, you lost me. I'm done. I can't. God. I'm not going to be able to lock back in. These guys really smoke the ball.
Don't they, though? I mean, they just swing so hard at every single ball.
That's out.
Out! Djokovic breaks in the 7th game of the 5th set.
Isn't this thrilling?
And now if he can hold serve a couple of times, he will be moving on to the final against Carlos Alcaraz.
Wow. Joker and Alcaraz again. That's what you want. That's what you want. Oh, by the way, if you do want a Ben and Woods autograph, we'd be happy to sign. Just so you know, come on up. You don't have to wait in any line for that. We'd be happy to sign something.
Well, you might. I can't. I mean, there may be a line that forms organically, but you don't have to sign up or make a reservation.
I don't know why you would, but if you did,
I really don't know why.
I don't know why you would.
FanFest last year, some Tier 1 brought a jersey, a Padres jersey, that I believe was signed by Fernando Tatis Jr. And he goes,
sick.
Can I have you guys sign this as well? And we go, you don't want that.
He wanted it.
You really don't want this. So
we did it.
Going to ruin this jersey. He's like, no, please. So the three of us signed it.
Steve Woods, Ben Higgins, Paul Reindl, and Fernando Tatis Jr.
It gets worse. Because then he looks around and he sees our boss Adam is sitting there and he goes, oh my gosh, are you Adam?
Yeah.
Can you sign this as well?
Sure.
And we go, now you really need to burn that jersey.
Adam is on there. The three of us, Adam and Fernando.
And Adam on the same
you think that guy got
jersey.
this? You think that guy got in his car and goes, what the hell was I thinking?
I think he sobered up the next day.
He sobered up
and realized, oh, I can't believe I did that.
Man, it's unbelievable. Yeah, the five of us have so much in common. So much in common.
We have one thing in common. We're on that guy's jersey.
Yeah, that's right.
The only thing we have in common.
It's like getting your playbill signed by Tom Cruise and then the extra at the Repertory Theater down the street.
Right.
And the guy that sold you a ticket to the movie.
Yeah. Hey, could you sign this too? Yeah, that jersey is literally worthless. It's unbelievable. Like, why would you sully that? Why would you sully that jersey with these signatures? It just makes no sense to me.
I should have filmed him. I need verbal confirmation that you want this because I don't think this is a good idea.
Oh my God, man. That is it's good stuff. We had some flag football practice last night. We have a bye week this week.
Ooh.
And it's been so declared that Bo
install some new offenses and different plays and stuff.
The funny part is so they've decided Bo's going to be the full-time QB. Like, we're going to do this. So he's fired up about that. But our coach, who I love him, he's psychotic, but I love him so much. Just decides last night, hey, let's introduce the most complicated plays that I've ever seen. 4-part RPOs. And the funny thing is, kids are so spongy. They soak it in, and you show them the right way to do it, and they just do it. And Bo is play action, turning around, handing it to this guy instead, or playing off that, pulling it back, throwing a deep pass. Ben, I'm like, we have the championship next Friday. Why are we installing an entirely new offense? Maybe let's just get better at what we have. But listen, that's why they kicked me out. I stay out of it. I stay out of it entirely.
It's funny when you say how spongy
they are. So spongy,
kids
man.
Are. Because Bo will probably remember that play in his mid-30s.
Oh, yeah.
It'll stick
with him
forever.
Yeah.
But we can't remember what we had for breakfast yesterday.
It's so fun to watch, too, man. And he got home. He had a really nice practice. They scrimmaged some fourth graders who were big. I didn't realize you don't realize how big fourth graders are.
It's a big jump.
Until you have second graders. I mean, they're a foot taller. They're 130 pounds heavier. I mean,
8 to 10. Yeah, about 10 years old.
Bo is 60 pounds. He was going against kids that were 160 and fighting them for interceptions, got a pick. He was really stoked. It's just so fun. As much as I love coaching, I don't know anything about football. So I like to just watch these guys do their thing. Such a blast, man. It's so fun. But, we have gone back and forth in our home. I go, Hannah, what's the next step? What if, because he likes playing quarterback and he loves football. And I go, what is the next? I looked at her. I was like, you're not going to let him, are you? She's absolutely not. Yeah. And I go, you're not going to let him ever? She goes, no. Helmet, pads.
I mean, now that he's the full-time quarterback, he's on the track.
He's on track, yeah.
Because once he's established, the next team's going to want him as the quarterback. Yep. The next team's going to want him as the quarterback. And before you know it, you've got the starting high school football quarterback, and that's Bo Woods, and he's got the hair. And
he's got the swag, and then he's sunshine.
Then he's the homecoming king, and then the recruiters are coming, and you've got, Pete Golden, at your he's knocking at your door.
Pete Golden's paying me money to talk to me. We're getting benefits through this.
Dabo's coming to your house.
Ed Orgeron
knocking on the door.
Coach Marcus Freeman knocks on the door. I've heard a lot of good things about this young man. That's it for me.
He's in.
And
you're gonna be like, you you have to go to Notre Dame. He wants Marcus Freeman wants.
You got to go.
Bo's going to be going, I don't know. I might want to go play in New Mexico.
Yeah, New Mexico. Dude, so I told her, though, I said, look, he hasn't shown any desire. He has not said, oh, one day I'm going to get these pads on. I'm going to he hasn't shown it. But if he keeps quarterbacking and doing well and all that, the obvious next level is, you got to put the pads on. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can watch it.
Only if he's quarterback.
Only.
They have
that's it.
So many rules now to protect the quarterback. Not that you're never going to get hit.
Yeah, you're going to get hit,
but you're not constantly on every play crashing into another player.
Yeah. But also
still,
like 10-year-olds.
Dangerous.
I don't know that they know what they're doing all the time.
Yeah.
And he's
but if he doesn't really want to,
but that's what I told her. I said, if he can't, I would never force him into anything. But if he came to Hannah at 9, 12, when he turns 12, I was like, look,
all my friends are doing it.
No. I don't care about what your friends do. He comes to us and says, I have a absolute burning desire to put the pads on and play quarterback. This is what I want to do. And I feel like I can do it well. Then I would have to say, okay, let's try it.
I agree with that.
Trevor Hoffman told me a story. I think his kids, he's got 3 boys. And I think one of them I think Wyatt really wanted to play baseball, right? He said, but the other 2 were like, I want to do my thing, Dad. And he goes, okay, what do you want to do? And they're like, we want to play football. He goes, you sure? And they go, yeah, we want to play football. Hoffy goes, okay. Hoffy goes out, buys the gear. Just to have it home. He gets the pads. He gets the pants with the pads in them. He gets the helmet. He gets the mouthpiece. He gets all of it. He goes, okay, takes him in the backyard and is like, all right, here you go. And flips one a ball and goes, go hit him. He goes, you know how long that little session lasted in the backyard? About 12 minutes. And they both looked at me. They're like, this sucks. I'm out. And I go, and he's like, it cost me $500, $600 for 15-minute practice, which sucks.
Yeah.
He said, but right then and there, they knew I'm not cut out for this. Mm-hmm. And I said, Toffee, what an incredible, incredible lesson that you taught your kids. And hey, you let them try it. You didn't, because if you say no, what do you think they're going to want to do?
They're going to want
even more.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really cool. He's like, I send him in the backyard. I kick a punt up to one of them, and the other one goes down and hits his brother. And they're like, that's it. This sucks. This is the worst thing ever. So I thought it was great.
I'm sure it's a dumb question. I don't remember. They didn't have flag football as an organized sport when I was a kid.
It was not organized.
They did have tackle football, and they had juniors, peewees.
Started at 6 years old.
Oh yeah, they had the Pop Warner or whatever. They had all the little kids. I played one game when I was 12. I tried it. It wasn't for me. I didn't like it. I didn't have a good time. And we had 14 guys on the team. So you just played both ways the whole game.
The whole game.
Awful.
In pads.
I'm like, this is stupid. I'm never doing this again. But they didn't have flag football even as an option. I'd play that at recess or whatever, and I had a good time. I probably would have played that. When does tackle begin? You surely can't go right into high school playing just flag football.
You can. A lot of kids do.
Isn't that how you get hurt?
No,
you don't know how to properly tackle.
They say that's kind of a lot for a lot of kids. That's where you learn. Is in high school. A lot of parents say because you can play flag. You can play flag through.
My son
football.
played Pop Warner at age 8 and 9. It was tackle.
Yeah.
It was full tackle. They still have it.
Yeah.
So,
you can.
A lot of guys are now. Parents are waiting to introduce tackle until later. Yeah,
I mean,
freshman year of high school.
They still have it. That was 12 years ago.
That was.
So maybe they don't. I don't know.
No, they you can play flag football now all the way up through high school too. There's flag football teams, I think, in high school. But yeah, if you like that, but you get to the point where it's like, hey, this feels almost as dangerous, yet you have no protection at all. Because it gets nasty. Kids are flying around. He got a big last night. He's like, look at this big ass bruise on his hip from some kid kneeing him in the hip. I'm like, if you are protected, you have padding. Now you're just out there nude, basically playing, and everyone's still flying around and diving, and you're jumping up for balls, you're still fighting for stuff. And I go, I don't know, man. So we'll see. It's just something to think about. But he's so stoked. He had such a good It's just fun to watch like their confidence build, make a good, really good throw in a tight window. You're like, Jesus Christ, that was a really good throw, dude.
So I guess, like you said, 11 or 12, maybe if he came up to you with that conversation,
burning desire.
Because would you feel better about then starting to take it more seriously with him before entering high school?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think that would probably be my move, right? As a parent, like you would want them to be old enough to know, like, okay, this is something they really want to do.
Yeah.
But also young enough to like be molded, learn the sport, learn how to properly get hit others.
Tell you what, Paulie, it's
just rolling out into high school football would be terrifying.
It's the hardest thing, and Ben, I bet you would agree with this. I think the hardest challenge I've had as a parent, and my son will be 8 next Friday, a week from today. The hardest challenge I've had as a parent is knowing when to push and knowing when to pull back. Like, we had a little thing the other day. He didn't want to hit batting practice. I just said, hey, let me flip you some balls.
You will never not feel that. You will always feel like, am I pushing too hard or am I not pushing enough?
It is a constant. It's inside
when you push,
of me.
you feel like
I feel like I'm Todd Marinovich's dad.
Yeah. Am I damaging him? Is this wrong? And then when you don't, you feel like,
okay,
I need to give him a little motivation. I need to get him going a little bit, or he's never going to make some progress. And it's just that constant back and forth.
And I had the conversation with him the other day. I go, hey, man, I'm not going to be the dad that's like, you get outside and you hit until you have calluses and your fingers are bleeding. Because I know that's counterproductive. I know it is. If he said, I'm going to hit 200 balls off the tee today, I go, don't. Hit 30. Call it a day. Give me 30 good swings, right? Don't eyewash me with 170 extra swings. But I said, hey, man, let's go out and take 10 swings. And he dragged his head and I go, fine, never mind. We're not going to do it. No big deal. I'm not going to sell you on it. And then I'm going, oh God, I'm Marv Marinovich right now. And we had the conversation. I sat him down. I go, this is the hardest part about being a dad, because what I'm not going to be able to stomach is in 10 years when your buddies are lapping you and you come to me and why didn't you push me harder? I'll be like, ah! So I just don't. It never ends. It's a constant battle, but it's fun to see, man. I'm having such a great time watching them play sports, and that's what it's all about, is the enjoyment that they're having playing and competing. It's such a blast, dude. So yeah, man, we're all weekend. We got basketball, football, baseball.
Great weekend to be outside.
Yeah.
I know we oftentimes brag about how good the San Diego weather is, but literally we have the best weather in the country, the warmest temperature in all of the United States. Continental United States was San Diego yesterday.
This little pocket in the Southwest
on television.
Nice.
I mean, I was out at the Farmers. I took a picture of the sunset. It was absolutely gorgeous out there yesterday. Just warm, beautiful. We are very, very fortunate to be where we are right now, considering how miserable most of the rest of the country is.
How we doing up there?
Incredible match.
Is it over yet?
Djokovic immediately fell behind Love 40 in his next game and won 6 straight points to come back and win the game, go up 5-3. Sinner just held serve at 5-4, so Djokovic is about to serve for the match, up 5-4 in the 5th set.
He has a little gut there, which is weird to me. The Joker has a little jelly roll.
Into, I don't know, mid-30s now? Yeah, he's getting on the older side, at least for a tennis player.
What's he run? 7,000 miles a week?
That's true.
I don't feel that made me feel better about myself.
Yeah, how is he?
I knew he's older than me.
38?
Yeah, he's 38.
He's older than Paulie.
He got a little boop. I love it. He also leaning forward. If he was leaning back, maybe it would look different.
That's true.
That made me feel. Look, I feel pretty good about myself.
He's still in incredible shape.
I know. I'm just saying, I feel.
All right. By the time we come back and start our next segment and talk about the Padres edition and set the menu, there's a chance this match will be over. So we'll have an update for you coming up. It is the Friday edition of Ben and Woods. We'll have Darren Smith joining us at 7:35. Stay tuned for all of it coming up. Ben and Woods after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan. First, though, one of the hardest parts of retirement isn't saving. It's spending. After a lifetime of building wealth, many people worry every time they take money out. Am I doing this right? Will it last? That's why Trajan Wealth focuses on income planning. TRAJAN Wealth.com. Their fiduciary advisors help build strategies designed to support your lifestyle so you can enjoy retirement without constantly second-guessing yourself. Trajan Wealth works with people right here in San Diego with offices in Carlsbad and Del Mar. If you want confidence, not anxiety, it starts with a plan. Call 619-367-0207. That's 619-367-0207. Or take some time to learn more at TRAJANWealth.com. TrajanWealth.com. Again, TrajanWealth.com. I know I spell it a lot, but I just want to make sure everyone's clear on that. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, SEC registered investment advisor, client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
final.
It's your moment.
Novak Djokovic, 6-4 in the fifth set, advances to the Australian Open final, beating Jannik Sinner. Two incredible semifinal matches. Alcaraz, Djokovic in the final. Novak Djokovic, who has not won a Grand Slam since 2023, will have a chance to add to his all-time record of 24, going for his 25th Grand Slam title on Sunday against Alcaraz, who's trying to complete the career Grand Slam. The Australian Open's the only one he's never won. He has 6 Grand Slam titles, which is pretty incredible. Some amazing tennis overnight. I don't know how much tennis I watched a lot of tennis growing up.
I did too. If it was on, you always
McEnroe, Connors, Lendl. I watch tennis and then I go out and hit tennis balls off my garage like constantly and play like matches in my head.
Oh, for sure. I watched it a ton growing up. Agassi,
then Sampras wins 14 Grand Slams. This is the greatest tennis player who ever lived. And then a few years later, Federer comes along. He wins 20. Nadal comes along. He wins 22. And now Djokovic with 24 with a chance at 25. And Alcaraz and Sinner are going to be probably winning a bunch because they're both very young and they have 10 combined between them at this point. There is just some incredible tennis players out there.
Always has been, man. And I would always stumble upon it, when I was a kid. And as soon as I did, I was like, you would get locked in. It transfixes you, the back, forth, and the yelling. And then, I watched a ton of women's tennis when I was little too. But yeah, it's
Chris Evert against Martina Navratilova.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. So I will absolutely watch it. What time? It's going to be on
very early on Sunday, obviously. Yeah, probably.
Well, chances I'll be up are pretty good.
Yeah. But that's your final at the Australian Open. Here's what we've got coming up. We'll talk some Padres. They did make a move yesterday, and not one that you just completely can dismiss. It may not be anything, but it may be something. We'll talk about it coming up here in our 7 o'clock hour. As I mentioned, after Don't Do This at 7:20, Darren Smith is going to join us. SDFC, 2 exhibition matches, and now they will start their season with the CONCACAF Champions Cup League game against Pumas on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock at Snapdragon Stadium.
Nice.
So Darren can tell us how the team's shaping up. I saw that they, sold Patty McNair, sent him off, transferred him to Hull City. So one of the key defenders last year. He can kind of tell us what's up with that move and some of the changes that are going on with SDFC as season 2 gets ready to start. In our 8 o'clock hour, we'll play a little Take on Woods. Last chance this month, our final show of January to qualify for our grand prize drawing trip to Las Vegas and tickets to Sammy Hagar. 9 o'clock hour, another Biggest Fan announcement and our Roundel Report headlines. And then we'll look ahead to a big weekend with SDSU basketball, Padres Fan Fest, the Farmers Insurance Open this weekend, wrapping up on Saturday and Sunday out at Torrey Pines. So lots going on here at the end of January here in San Diego.
Okay. You want to talk Marco Gonzales?
Yeah, let's talk about the Padres. Let's check traffic, and then when we come back, we'll talk about who is Marco Gonzales and what yesterday's deal potentially could mean for the San Diego Padres in 2026. We'll do that next here on 97.3 The Fan.
5 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by local and veteran-owned Manny Sedano Ford and Lincoln. Pretty quiet on the roads this time. One thing to watch out for, though, stalled car taking up the slow lane southbound 805 right at the southbound 163 connector ramp. San Diego, it's time to hit the trails on the 2025 Ford Bronco Big Bend for $477 a month, or the versatile Ranger XL for just $359. Get either one today with just $1 down. For more details about these offers, head to SedanoFord.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. It is Ben & Woods. And I don't consider this to be some sort of okay, now the Padres have their final piece to their rotation puzzle in place. But this is an intriguing move that the Padres made yesterday. They signed left-handed pitcher Marco Gonzales to a minor league deal. Reportedly, if he makes the team, I think he can make like $1.5 million. So
2.5
with incentives.
Yeah.
Okay, so not a financially, gigantic deal, but I don't know if anyone remembers Marco Gonzales. About a decade ago, he was actually a pretty decent pitcher for the Seattle Mariners.
Yep.
He was their opening day starter 2 or 3 consecutive years. Paulie, I don't know if you remember Marco Gonzales, kind of a more of a crafty lefty type of pitcher, but consistently put up decent numbers, ERAs in the 3s year after year, and then had some arm trouble, bounced around, went to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Still, despite, some arm difficulties, would pitch to something in a 4 ERA, respectable numbers, and then more arm trouble and missed all of last season. Had a Tommy John surgery in the late 2010s, and then last season missed the entire year after flexor tendon surgery.
They called it his injury odyssey, is what they've called it, and he just can't seem to stay healthy. Again, you look at some of the moves they made this offseason, getting Tristan McKenzie and guys like that. Look, I don't expect Marco Gonzales to break camp with the team. I just based on the other guys that are there. But again, it's all health dependent. It's all health dependent. It's a depth move. It doesn't cost you anything unless he makes the team, really. So no harm, no foul. Certainly, I didn't get fired up about it at all. But I also didn't. I'm not, kicking the wall either.
I would certainly expect him to get opportunities in spring training, and if he looks good, there is a competition certainly for the back end rotation spot or spots for the San Diego Padres. And this is not simply like, oh, I remember this guy, let's go out and sign him. AJ and his scouts went out recently. I mean, he's been pitching, demonstrations for guys to show off his arm, where his stuff is, what his velocity is. I don't have reports on what it looked like, but
obviously healthy enough to sign.
Well, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, AJ is he can take one look and go, like, no, that guy doesn't have it. Or he goes, okay, I see it. I see the, signs of old Marco Gonzales is back and healthy and in there. And the fact that they, went out and outbid, I'm sure, a few other teams that were looking for his services. And, obviously they were all offering minor league deals, or he would have gone with another team that gave him a guaranteed deal, but they picked him up. They saw something in him, and we'll see what Marco Gonzales has, if anything, coming up at spring training in just a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Let T.O. Ruben cook, see what he can do.
Yeah.
Right. There's, again, you're going to have guys like this. Every team's got them. Every team's going to pick up that guy. Those two guys that are an absolute flyer, and if they make the team, great. And if they don't, just down by the wayside with a lot of other big leaguers that just can't seem to find it. But if he stays healthy, yeah, man, you can see him eating some innings for this team.
Angelo in our YouTube chat says Marco Gonzales equals Nestor Cortez equals Martin Perez. AJ got his journeyman soft tossing lefty early this year. Martin Perez worked out quite well for the San Diego Padres when they picked him up.
He should have started over Dylan Cease
in the playoffs.
Yeah,
we could definitely revisit that argument, but Nestor Cortez did not. And I'm not even sure, looking back at the Nestor Cortez deal last year, if he wasn't like a throw in to the Jorge Quintana deal.
Yeah, instead of the other way around.
Yeah, that their target may have been Quintana more than even Cortez when they traded Brandon Lockridge to the Milwaukee Brewers. Quintana, who is now considered rising prospect star for the San Diego Padres, that they also picked up in that deal. And then, Cortez was like, yeah, we'll take a flyer, give him a couple starts, see if he can eat some innings for us down the stretch. Didn't work out, obviously, for the Padres, but they didn't. I don't know that that's what they spent Brandon Lockridge on. They may have spent more of Brandon Lockridge on Jorge Quintana in that deal.
He did give us that one start against the Dodgers where he turned into like Sandy Koufax that night. And it was like, came out of the blue.
That was the series when they moved into first place, right? When they won 2 out of 3 and moved in for one day.
He was dominant.
Yeah.
Dominant against a really good, obviously, future World Series winning lineup. So, man, again, I'm not going to get too excited about depth pieces yet. Health is so important to this team, as it is to each and every team in baseball that considers themselves a contender. But yeah, nice to have guys that are bodies at this point.
In a perfect world, in a world where the Padres can do what they want, they need another more established pitcher.
Correct.
Lucas Giolito, someone else who's on the market, who you can more easily envision having a good 2026 season. And you don't have to hope that, they can dredge up some magic from the past like Marco Gonzales is going to have to do.
Yeah, man. And you would love to sign a guy that is plug and play. Like, oh, okay, we got him and he's going to slot into this spot. But Not a lot of those guys. I mean, really, there's 3 guys kind of locked in, maybe 4 at the most, with some competition for that 5th spot right now, Benny. And there's a few names, J.P. Sears and Randy Vasquez, I think, is cemented in the rotation based on the guys that we've talked to about it. Where he'll pitch, probably in the 4 spot. You feel pretty confident there. But, yeah, J.P. Sears, Kyle Hart, Matt Waldron, Tristan McKenzie, Marco Gonzales, battling it out for that 5th spot, and then maybe that 6th spot where, spot starter, long man, whatever. But yeah,
I think you mentioned it earlier this week. I have a lot of confidence in a rotation of Nick Pivetta, Joe Musgrove, Michael King, Randy Vasquez, and JP Sears right now, based on everything I've heard. We just both know
somebody gets hurt.
That's far from enough to get you through a 162 game season.
That's right.
It's far from enough. And if you can add someone, not necessarily behind those guys, if you can add someone in the middle of those guys and make Randy Vasquez and JP Sears the guys who kind of have to compete for that 5th start, or
that would be
can be, you have your swing guy who that you can use, and you can kind of play around with your rotation a little bit because you've got an extra arm in there. And then when someone does get hurt, you're not dipping down into the minor leagues every single time for a Matt Waldron or whoever is available.
Which you don't have a ton down there anyway.
And you don't know what you're going to get from those guys. I think that would be hugely beneficial. But if the season starts and those are your 5 starters, I don't have a giant problem with that. I just think at some point they're going to have a giant problem if they don't add another established starter who they feel can give them triple-digit innings, in 2026.
And I think AJ's just waiting on the market to drop for guys like Chris Bassett, Justin Verlander, Lucas Giolito. I think he's just going to be patient right now. Had a chance to add a depth piece for not a lot of money in Marco Gonzales. Boom. So it's done. Charles says just another Dollar Tree deal. Yeah, man. Unfortunately, that's what a lot of teams do.
Every team does.
Every team does.
Even the Dodgers sign a couple of guys like that.
Yeah.
The
Mets just went out and got Austin Barnes and and a couple other guys that it doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense, but you're filling rosters. You're adding depth.
Now,
you're adding
AAA
the only
depth. Moves you make.
Yeah, then
that can be problematic. So I'm still waiting to see what else comes down the pipeline. But there are, as you mentioned, there are a lot of pitching names. There's still some bats left out there, and we are getting close. I mean, pitchers and catchers report to Peoria now in 9 days?
Yeah.
Those guys, we talked about it earlier this week. Those guys are starting to feel
the pressure
from their families. Like, okay, what are we doing here this year?
I wonder if Kate Upton is just wearing JV out every single day. Like, what are we doing? Are you doing this or are you not?
I don't think she has to move with him to wherever he goes for the season, does she?
I mean, if you're married to Kate Upton, are you going to be like, all right, I'll see you in 6 months? I don't think so.
I don't know how that works.
Maybe we'll ask him.
Possibly.
If the market comes
he
down.
ends up being a member of the San Diego Padres.
Imagine
we'll find out some of the details.
Imagine welcoming Lord Baseball to the San Diego Padres. Lord Baseball himself.
Will you admit that that's his nickname?
Would you have that conversation with him?
In a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for Lord Baseball. Yeah. When that Astro stuff was going on, he was like the loudest, most vocal, do it this way, not this way. Like, he just turned into, like, I was like, what? Are you out of your mind?
He was like the arbiter of baseball.
The arbiter of baseball.
He had the final say on everything.
Yeah. Yeah. It was very weird. It was weird. We had a lot of fun with that. So, yeah, I would tell him.
Was he? He was on that Astros team.
Yeah.
Right? So he was like defending.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the pitchers didn't have much to do with that.
Right. Right. But still,
probably thinking I wouldn't want to have to go up against what we're doing right now.
He really started lording over like everything that happened. And I think he said something about the Padres. Maybe it was Fernando swinging 3-0 or something, but whatever he did, it stuck in my craw. And we used to get on the air and just get him with the Lord Baseball. So they add him here. I would be happy to tell him.
Okay, 1 year super veteran addition.
Yeah.
Verlander or Scherzer?
Verlander.
Verlander.
Yeah.
Scherzer's probably got more stuff / better numbers,
Maybe.
but
Justin had a really good second half.
He did have a really good second half for the Giants.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it feels like 1A, 1B, to be honest. I think personally, I think I would rather just selfishly, I'd rather talk to, I'm lying, Kate Upton. I'd rather have Kate Upton here than whoever Mrs. Scherzer.
Scherzer scares me a little.
He's terrifying. Terrifying. Justin seems like a pretty nice dude.
I think so.
Opinionated,
but nice.
Yeah, opinionated, but nice.
Scherzer seems somewhat, I just don't know if it's
unhinged.
The eyes thing, but he just weirds me out a little bit. Yeah. And, I mean, if it can help the Padres get to the playoffs or win a World Series, I will absolutely get on board with Max Scherzer or anybody else. But the guy just weirds me out a little bit.
He is. He's a little bit intimidating, but we had Tommy Pham here. We never even spoke to him once. So, yeah, Ray says, but then Ben Verlander will be here. That'd be tough for Ben Verlander because he's the biggest Dodger honk there is. And if his brother comes to pitch here, it'd be tough. That would be tough. But I think Verlander would be a fascinating guy. And you don't get the sense, at least like the way he competed last year, the second half, you don't get the sense. Now, it could happen. How many guys have come to San Diego and been like, oh, God, the golf here is great. I'm just going to do that. I don't get the sense that would happen.
That used to happen quite a bit. I think one of the big culture changes with the Padres, and whether you want to credit A.J. Preller or make it just a players thing or the series of managers recently, San Diego is no longer a place where you go and sign and enjoy the twilight years of your career.
Freaking Arrieta, man. Unbelievable. Remember, he begged off a start, and then they're like, somebody like DM looks like, this dude's at Torrey Pines right now playing golf.
Matt Kemp,
cool. What?
Jim Edmonds, Ray Lankford. Yep. I mean, there was a constant stream of guys who did not offer their best to the San Diego Padres later in their career. But then again, the Padres were not offering their best at that time the rest of baseball.
What am I showing up for here every day?
Exactly.
So listen, all in the past, but listen, that's kind of the bin that AJ's shopping from right now. And my guess is that, without a big major trade, and without, as we've learned this week, without a ton of chips to trade, Benny, I think, you're just kind of sitting and seeing what happens. Chris Bassett, Justin Verlander, Giolito, all those guys could help the team, could spark a lot of competitiveness in camp, and maybe give one of those guys another shot at doing something special this year.
I was actually leaving the golf tournament yesterday, and I flipped on the Matt Scravey hour at the end, and he's just going through the names. And I mean, I laughed at some of them that he brought up, like Jesse Winker and guys who are still available.
He's still available?
Apparently. I had no idea how many guys are out there that are still on the market. And I was laughing. He laughed at some of them as well, but he was just kind of going name after name. And I was struck by the sheer number of guys who are unsigned at this point. Yeah. February, we're 2 days away from the start of February. And spring training is early this year because of the WBC. And there are just dozens of guys who still remain unsigned on the free agent market. They're going to have to lower their price tags very soon, all of them, if they want to land in a spot. Because every single day I go to, the MLB page at ESPN.com, go to The Athletic. I look, okay, what moves were made today? And it's just still a trickle. So a couple of minor league deals, as you said, with the Mets, with Craig Kimbrell and Austin Barnes yesterday. I mean, it's just not much still going on. And I'm going, when are these dominoes going to start falling? And what's going to be the tumbling, the point that starts things moving here in February? Because it's got to happen soon.
Yeah. One would think, man, you want to get those T's crossed and I's dotted. But yeah, so I think that's kind of what our president of baseball ops is doing right now. Again, just an educated guess, because you're just not hearing a lot of buzz about anybody else right now that they're after or interested in. But, we were promised a big trade, something that is earth shattering. And it's been a while since that report came out, and nothing yet. So nothing's off the table, as we know. You'd be foolish to think it was, Padres fans, but I think right now, just kind of playing the waiting game.
We'll talk more baseball when Darren Smith joins us at 7:35 this morning. All guests on Ben and Woods appear on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. And we'll certainly have that baseball feel tomorrow at Padres Fan Fest. We'll be broadcasting live from 10 to noon, Section 113. Got a Michael King signed baseball to give away, and we'll have live interviews with the new manager, Craig Stammen, along with Jason Adams. Really picture Jason Adams going to be with us. All right, we'll come back. I'll give you an update on the Farmers out there yesterday at Torrey Pines and more next on The Fan. Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Hour number 2 of Ben and Woods on a Friday morning. You know, it just struck me as weird because in the moments before we came back on the air, Woods coughed, as you've been doing since your illness, and we didn't say anything. But then Paulie sneezed, and we both go, bless you. Why for just a sneeze do we have to say something? But for a cough, we just kind of roll our eyes.
I cough a lot. On. Like I'll cough just one single cough, like, and people always think that's a sneeze, and they go, "Oh, bless you."
Bless you.
And I go, I don't even. Thanks.
I hate this.
It's weird little quirks that have developed over time.
Yeah, it's true.
I know with a sneeze, there was some sort of superstition, like your soul was
expelling
leaving
demons.
your body or something, and you had to
God
say, bless you to stuff your soul back in. But obviously that seems kind of silly because a lot of times you sneeze and no one's around.
Sneezes are cool.
And then your soul's just gone forever.
Sneezes are cool. Coughs are annoying. I'd much rather sneeze than cough. I love to sneeze. I think it's fantastic.
Feels good.
It feels great. I love the tickle in your nose. Here it comes.
Except for the spray.
It's like a nose.
I don't mind the spray.
Like a nose.
I like it all.
A nosegasm.
Yeah. Yeah, a nosegasm. Correct. Coughing just sucks. And I'm laying in bed last night and the night before and the night before and the night before. And you sit back, you take a deep breath. You know, you like take a deep breath in and you're like, oh, God. You try to suppress it.
Your wife says sneezing is so freaking gross. It enrages me.
Oh, she hates
enrages
it so
her.
much. There's a lot that enrages her, but sneezing for her is, there's so many things. Chewing, drinking, breathing, talking, walking.
Things you need to do to stay alive.
Yeah, sitting, standing, running, walking. Watching TV, not watching TV. Reading, writing. Playing the guitar, not playing the guitar. Listening to music. She's enraged by literally all of it. All of it.
Bless you.
Thank you. She really hates sneezing, though. Bad. But I'm laying in bed last night, and I take that deep breath, and she's asleep, and I'm like, and I go, oh,
you got to do that like, I know that move. Bury it in your shoulder or a pillow. And just, like I had friends like growing up that would do the silent sneezing, and I'm like, how do you do that? Like, I feel like your ears are gonna explode.
I feel like you'll break a rib.
They'll just like be mid conversation, just like, anyway. So yeah, yesterday I had baseball practice. And then after baseball practice, I went home, and I'm like, did you just sneeze?
You feel like you're going to get an aneurysm when you try to hold it. You're like,
Megan will be sleeping, and I'm just like, and then she still wakes up, and she goes, you okay?
Right.
Like, yeah.
So
yeah,
I've lived with, environmental allergies, and being a golfer, I'm allergic to grass, or have been in the past. So being on the golf course is the place where it's quiet, and you don't want to sneeze at the wrong time. I can't remember how many times I felt one coming right as someone's about to, and you're just fighting. Just,
then they step away from the ball. One more practice swing.
Then you crap your pants because you held it in.
Holding it in too long.
Yes. Oops, I crapped my pants.
I will say, though, things have changed. Like at the Farmers Insurance Open and spectators on the PGA Tour, it's not really quiet anymore. Used to be,
it's fun now.
Quiet, please. And there was, people side-eye. They don't stop you. Like people around the 18th green now, it's a constant chatter. Like they're playing on the 18th green, but everyone's just
a lull,
talking and having their drinks in their luxury suites, and no one really stops to barely even watch the golf anymore.
Yeah.
It's a giant party. It's a giant party on the cliffs overlooking, the Pacific Ocean, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, the golf is almost secondary for some of the fans at times.
Oh, 100%. I had never been to a PGA event until I moved down here. I think the first Torrey Pines event that I went to was Tiger's first one back from everything that was going on with him in like 2010, 2011.
The incident.
And he finally like returned to golf, and he was playing Torrey Pines, and Buddy gave me some tickets. So I was out there, and like the way that these, the ushers and everybody around, the marshals were like, don't even think about touching your cell phone, buddy. Like if you're anywhere
touching
near
yourself.
No, your cell phone.
Also, don't do that. The old Reese McGuire.
Definitely don't do that.
Pines.
You definitely should get.
Oh my God, Tiger Woods. Oh my God.
I'm sitting there, and Tiger Woods he's not even like about to tee off. He's just standing on the tee box with whoever else, and you're like, I would love to be able to take a picture of this. This is pretty cool. And they're just like, no, we'll kill you if you take your phone out.
I mean, we weren't even allowed to bring it in for many years. You'd have to leave it in the car.
Like,
They'd collect it. You know, they check you and like collect it and put it in a locker. Now everyone still has their phones. They ask you, if you could try to silence it.
Turn it
that
off.
would be nice. But
they don't even care if you film now.
No, they don't care if you take pictures and talk. Walk to the side of the. Somewhere behind a green and start talking in a conversation on the phone. It's very different than it used to be at a PGA Tour event.
So you went out yesterday again.
I did.
You went to the media tent, I'm assuming.
I was there.
What did you have?
To eat?
Yes. No, sexually. What did you have to eat?
They had a build-your-own Cobb salad bar for lunch.
Oh, my God.
I put just thinking of you, a ridiculous amount of sliced avocado on mine because I love it.
Okay.
I know you hate it. With a little bacon bits, blue cheese crumbles.
Okay. What
obviously.
dressing?
I used a lemon vinaigrette. They also had a buttermilk blue cheese or buttermilk ranch, but I went with the slightly healthier option since I had bacon on it already.
Any hard-boiled eggs on there?
They did have the crumbled hard-boiled eggs as well. Yeah, they crumbled them already.
I like the thin sliced ones, or even the halves I can do.
And then they also had some snacks. I had an apple with little peanut butter to dip it in. They had an individual thing of peanut butter.
Little Jif.
Nice. Yeah, little individual Jif. And I had some apple slices and peanut butter.
Fueled up
it's just perfect, 9-year-old me snack right there.
That's fantastic.
Plus a great great salad.
I love that they take such good care of all you
Went
guys.
out, watched a little bit of the action, but mostly watched it on television in the media center because you can't really follow a golf tournament by being at the golf tournament. It's the worst place to actually follow a golf tournament.
Right.
You get to see, one or two shots while you're there, but on TV you get to see everything. So watch Brooks Koepka. We had cameras there in the morning when he teed off. We were still doing the show, but our Channel 10 cameras were there. Really good reception. Fans were excited to see him back. There were no heckling. It was all Brooksy. Hey, go Brooksy. Welcome back, Brooksy. He looked good. He hit the ball well. He just wasn't making any putts at all.
Yeah.
It was just par.
Was he north or south?
He was on the south, the harder course. Had 1 3-putt bogey, I think, on 4, and then one other bogey later, and then birdied 18, made an 8 or 9 footer for birdie, and that was it. It was 2 bogeys and a birdie, 1 over 73, which is right about average. I think the average was between 72 and 73 on the south course. 3 shots plus easier on the north. That's where all the good scores. Or most of the good scores were yesterday, including...
You got to take advantage when you're on the north.
Yeah, Justin Rose was just 10 under, 10 birdies, no bogeys.
Wow.
Missed one on the last hole that he probably should have had, would have tied the course record with a 61, and he made it. But 62, he's got a 1-shot lead over Justin Lauer. Not as a famous golfer. He actually came in and said afterwards, I apologize. My head's not even here. My wife is home pregnant with twins, 34 weeks.
I saw that.
He's like, I'm excited to get home on Monday. I'm not even here mentally. Well, you played pretty well considering you're not even here mentally at all. 9 under, 63 on the North course.
God.
The local, tough day for the locals. Xander was 1 over. Could have been worse. He got a little lucky on the last hole. He was 2 over going into 18. Laid up in front of the pond. And then spun one back, and this ball was going to spin back into the water, but it hit the hole and stopped, and he made a birdie instead of what was probably going to be a bogey. So he could have been 3 or 4 over instead. He's 1 over. He's 11 shots off the lead, but he gets to play the easier North course today. Not a good day for J.J. Spawn. He shot 3 over. He had a lot of high hopes. No, he was on the south as well. Okay. Charlie Hoffman was the only local to be under par, but he was just 1 under on the North, the easier course. Now he's got to play the tougher south course today. And then Justin Hastings, the other Aztec, he was also 1 over yesterday. So not huge numbers for any of the local guys. But, yeah, Brooks Koepka was the story, I think, returning yesterday. Justin Rose was certainly the golf story, number 10 ranked golfer in the world. He won the Farmers in 2019. So he sometimes plays well out here and knows what he's doing at Torrey Pines.
It's so crazy to see Brooks Koepka, who, when he was on the PGA Tour, he rubs people the wrong way. I was not one of them. I always liked his kind of D-ish attitude. I thought it was cool. I think you have to have that if you're a professional athlete a little bit. But to hear how vulnerable he was yesterday, I thought was really cool. He said, if you asked Brooks, hey, would you have ever said this 10 years ago? The answer would have been unequivocally no. He said, I just cared about my perception, what people thought or what the fans thought. I care about what everybody's thinking out there. Just wanted a warm reception, just like everybody else. You walk into a room, nobody wants to feel exiled. They just want to be loved. I mean, that's human nature, I think. It's so true. Everybody else was able to admit that 10 years ago. Brooks was like, I don't give a rat's ass what people think. I'm going to do my thing. It's wisdom. It's wisdom, and it comes with age, and it comes with experience, and it comes with scars and all the things all the mistakes that you've made. I just thought that was really cool to hear.
And quietly, the PGA Tour is winning the battle against LIV. With Brooks coming back, Patrick Reed now planning to come back after, his suspension ends and he'll be back. You had a couple other guys who are kind of now feeling their way back, including Pat Perez, who wants to play on the Champions Tour now that he's turning 50, local guy. He's left LIV. Yeah, they still have John Rahm. They still have Cameron Smith and Bryson DeChambeau, but you can't have a tour with just 3 guys that people have heard of.
Right. Well,
and their contracts are going to expire at some point. And what are they going to do? Keep playing on a tour that's not really making any inroads. In fact, is going in the wrong direction at this point. They've lost reportedly billions of dollars on this enterprise. And again, don't really begrudge the guys for taking free money.
Right.
9 figures of essentially free money to play golf 14 times a year
in shorts.
I mean, come on. Yeah, it's such a no-brainer for some of those guys. I totally understand it. But now that their contracts are coming up, hey, we fulfilled our obligations. We want to go back to the PGA Tour, where it's actually the competition is what we're looking for, where you can make history, where you can compare yourself against the best. And yeah, they took their money, and I would say that this is what you're going to see going forward now. As these contracts come to an end, they are going to slowly make their way back to the PGA Tour, pay whatever fines and, reparations they need to make to get back. And, LIV will slowly die or turn into something completely different in the future. But it's just PGA Tour is winning. And I wasn't sure that was going to happen in the long run, but it certainly is happening.
Yeah, Torrey Pine's going to show off today and all weekend. It's supposed to be really,
best
really
weather
nice.
In the country.
No wind yesterday.
None.
0.
Like not even that little tiny ocean breeze. It was dead still.
Imagine playing Torrey.
Never saw one
wind.
caddy like reach and grab like a pinch of grass to throw up in the air because there was nothing.
I love it.
It was just, and those guys are so good when you have nothing to worry about.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, Torrey's tough. The rough is tough, but if there's no wind, they're just gonna put it in the fairway.
Yeah.
They're gonna just hit it right at the flat stick, and make it, especially on the north. They're just gonna make a ton of birdies. So it's an easy game for them.
Back out there today?
I am gonna go back out there this afternoon again.
At you go. You work tonight?
I am working
working
tonight for
okay.
Channel 10, so I will be covering it for Channel 10.
Just wonder what's on the menu today. That's the thing I'm most fascinated by. Will you text me what you eat?
I will let you know.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Because I'll forget to ask you on Monday.
Always have good snacks, too.
They got good stuff, man.
Yeah. Rice Krispie treats.
Not homemade.
No, the wrapped ones, but still.
You suffer a little bit with those, but absolutely doable.
Better,
absolutely doable.
They're pretty solid.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
It's a solid snack. Shove a couple of those down your
Mm-hmm.
Bring your old pal
all the
Woodsy
coffee
one.
and tea that I can drink.
Yeah. Coffee and tea for a day. No beer or anything, though, right?
No, they actually brought out a bucket at the end of the day. They bring in a bucket of beers for the media as well. I did not have my Michelob Ultra for the night.
Yeah, they take care of you.
Yeah, they do take care of the media well on the PGA
Just
Tour.
a bunch of old media hacks in there, just getting free food and drink. Just love it. I'm here to cover it. Bro, you're here to eat. We know that.
Listening to some Springsteen.
Yeah, listen to some Springsteen. I know what you're here to do. You're here for a free meal. Okay?
Oh, you're a big golf guy now.
Oh, big golf guy, huh? What's he? No, I just came here to eat. It's fantastic, man. Fantastic. Well,
how did you gain all the weight?
I covered the farmers this year. That's how. It was great.
Cobb salad, fairly healthy choice yesterday.
It's one of those salads where you're like, no, I'm healthy.
It can be as healthy or not healthy as you want it to be. I kind of went in the mid-range of healthiness and non-healthiness with the Cobb salad.
I was doing something, and I try to always read and learn about nutrition, and I was reading like the calories on like a chef's salad. I was like, you might as well just eat a whole pizza at this point. I mean, you might as well just, if you're going to do it, just do it right.
I think a chef's salad is nasty. Cobb salad,
it can be.
The chef's salad with those like cubed pieces of ham sometimes. I do not like a chef's salad.
The cube doesn't bother me. It's the long strips that are folded over. That's what gets me. I'm like, but yeah, Cobb salad's not the healthiest option, but it's healthier than
the bacon.
Maybe. It depends on
bacon,
an egg,
certainly the
cheese.
kind of dressing. I mean, it's protein.
That dressing gets you.
The dressing can get you.
Yeah, real good.
That's why I went with the vinaigrette.
That's smart. That's smart.
Like,
Doesn't
you ever
taste
see
as
somebody
good.
like lather a salad in ranch or Caesar?
Hey,
a ton of
I'm
bacon.
eating healthy.
Like more
blue
bacon
cheese
than
crumbles
lettuce.
and shredded cheddar cheese on it. I didn't put any croutons on it. Those just basically just a bunch of fried bread in your salad as well.
I love it.
Yeah, salads aren't always the healthiest choice.
They're not, but I guess it's better than a big fat greasy burger.
Sometimes.
Then
at least with the burger, then you feel like at your next meal you have to be healthy.
Yeah.
But when you eat the Cobb salad, then sometimes you let yourself on the next meal go,
I can go.
I'm going to go out for some pizza or something.
Yeah,
because I had a salad for lunch.
Had a nice Cobb
That's
salad.
what gets you is when you actually think that the Cobb salad was the healthy choice, and then you can kind of cheat a little bit at your next meal.
They had a good spread at SDFC as well when we went up for that game. Some of the best potato salad I've ever had. Good chicken. They had a really nice spread there. Very, very nice.
All right, we've got Don't Do This coming up next. And speaking of the Farmers Insurance Open.
Oh, this is tasty.
Now, this is not that uncommon. A player was disqualified from the tournament yesterday, but it wasn't for the normal signed the incorrect scorecard.
Right.
Someone did a math error. That's kind of the more.
He took his cell phone out on the course.
No, it actually is a somewhat spicy reason, though, that he was disqualified from the Farmers Insurance Open. So we can talk about that.
Also, they can't keep getting away with this. But baseball will let them. I'm talking about the Los Angeles Dodgers. They're at it again, and they're starting even earlier this year.
All right, we'll get to that coming up after a check of traffic. More Bennett Woods on the way on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Well, speaking of all my food choices, time for me to talk about SDFatLoss.com. Hey, you know what? I have made better choices over the years because not only did I lose 40 pounds in 60 days with SD Fat Loss, I have kept that weight off for going on 3 years now. When you set up your free consultation at SDFatLoss.com, they'll tell you how the program works. It is based on eating real foods at the right times in the right portions. You can lose up to a pound of fat per day and 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days with no shakes, no bars. They're not going to ask you to buy any prepackaged frozen meals either. You're picking your own foods like you normally do from the grocery store. I ate a lot of chicken, ate a little steak, some fish, ahi tuna, vegetables that I liked. I picked a lot of broccoli, but there are different options on the program that you can choose that, seem right for you. And I thought that customization was absolutely key. There are no injections. Remember, if you start those injections, you can lose weight, but you can also lose muscle. There's side effects, and you have to keep taking those injections, or the weight is likely going to come right back on. This is sustainable. This is real weight loss. And if you sign up now, still January, you can take advantage of their extended New Year's sale and get 20% off best prices of the year at SDFatLoss.com. Join the legions of Tier 1s who have lost tons of weight, thousands of pounds, San Diego, by going to SDFatLoss.com. That's SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Woods just said something to me I found intriguing, probably more so than I should. Padres Zips projections are out.
Love those projections.
I don't know why. It's just like, okay, this is what science says the Padres should do.
I wonder how accurate they were last year. My guess is it was under. The Padres won more than their Zips projections last year. If anybody has that info, let me know.
And that's weird because my guess is most of the, at least offensive players, were probably under their projections, yet the win total, I'm sure Nick Pivetta highly exceeded his Zips projections for wins. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. Right now, it's time for Don't Do This, brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers, helping San Diego homeowners and contractors fix it, build it,
enjoy it.
Thank you. Woods, can you get us started?
Oh,
what do the Dodgers do now?
Yeah, I can get us started.
You can't keep getting away with it.
Oh, no, they can. And they will, Wally. News came out yesterday that they are going to be, quote, unquote, slow playing Blake Snell's off-season throwing program. Well, so it's Dylan Hernandez tweeted, Blake Snell's status for opening day is uncertain because his arm was exhausted after the World Series. Snell slow played his off-season throwing program. When they signed Blake Snell, I thought, man, that's a good deal for them, because I think you have to, when you want to manipulate service, like not service time, when you want to manipulate injuries and the IL, I think that's a good candidate for you. I really do, because you can be like, hey, bro, here's what we're thinking.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't have to do anything. Don't do anything. You don't have to throw in the off season. Play your video games. You can do your baseball camps, whatever you want to do. You don't really need to go crazy, because we don't really need you for April, May, June, July. We certainly don't need you out in spring training games. But April, May, June, July, just chill. Again, you talk about the advantages. Not every team's got a $30 million starter, Cy Young caliber starter, double Cy Young caliber starter. That they're like, hey man, we don't
literally one of the best pitchers in baseball.
We don't need you. We don't need you, bro. We don't need you now. We need you in July, August, September, October, to come out and do it. Listen, it's not illegal per se, but it is pretty much frowned upon in baseball. It is, and they are supposed to monitor these things, but they've already started. I mean, this dude he was exhausted. He threw a total of 61 innings last year in the regular season, did Blake Snell, and he's tired. That's basically he went to 3 fantasy camps last year and threw 61 innings, and he's tired. He's very tired. So they're going to manipulate their roster again. I imagine too.
Any other course of action with Blake Snell would be dumb.
Correct.
We know how Blake Snell operates.
We know how he works.
He's a second half pitcher.
Yep.
You keep him fresh. He's going to be even more dominant later in the season. You want him healthy for the playoffs. If you have the ability to do so, any team would do that. Only one team has the ability to do so.
That's it. It's literally only one team in baseball that has the ability to say, we're paying you 30, sit on your ass, and we'll see you in June. So they're going to slow play him. I would guess if they did bring him back in April, May, it's going to be a start here, start there, back to the IL.
If the Padres could do that with Michael King and Nick Pivetta, that would be advantageous. But if they tried, they wouldn't make the playoffs. So it would be.
You'd really need Kyle Hart and Matt Waldron to step up, man. You really would. So they're starting early this year up north. Congratulations. Well done, guys.
All right. Interesting story from the Farmers Insurance Open yesterday. Michael Brennan, PGA Tour pro, shot a 2 under 70 on the North Course. Not among the leaders, but certainly a chance to make the cut. Tied for 55th after round 1. However, it was announced after the round that Brennan had been disqualified for breaching model local rule G11. The tour claiming that he was using, quote, non-permitted green reading materials.
Okay.
What does that mean? Well, it could mean several things, but the PGA Tour has developed new rules in recent years to limit the kind of information that golfers can bring onto the course.
Correct.
Because caddies were starting to bring like binders, essentially, mapped out greens with AI, like with every like angle and slope. And then they'd look and take a long time. And we'll go to green number 7. Okay, you're putting here. All right, it looks like this putt's going to break a little right, but my information actually tells me it's going to break a little bit left. And they did not want that. So they changed the rules. You can still have your sheet, but you're very limited on it's got to be the same. Everyone's got the stuff. You can write notes on it based on your own observations. Like, I had this putt in the practice round. It broke a little more left than I thought. You can write that down, but you can't have all this extra scientific information. Now, they didn't say exactly what Brennan did. There's also devices, illegal devices you can like levels you can set on a green, and it'll show like the bubble will show you where it's actually breaking. So, that break to the ocean thing, you can see if it's real or not. I don't think he was using one of those. That would have been fairly obvious, but my guess is that he had extra information that was not allowed, and that's why he was disqualified from the tournament.
Yeah, you wonder, too, where technology plays into it. Like, I've got this Garmin watch.
Purple says he brought a cartographer.
Yeah, my caddy also doubles as he's a cartographer.
Sextants and all the information and tools that a cartographer uses.
I've got this Garmin, and I can program golf courses into it if I ever decide to play golf again. I can program courses into it, and it gives you information, and I'm sure there's plenty of ways.
I mean, you see the cart, in the carts nowadays, will sometimes have a picture of the green, and it'll have like red and blue, like for low and high spots on the green. So from the fairway, you can kind of see like what the green looks like. Yeah. But, on the PGA Tour, they're quite precise about what those caddies are allowed to bring.
John Boy, and that's what counts as spicy. In golf. That's true. It is. It is a very spicy golf story. And so he's out. He's done.
He's done. He's out of the tournament.
Tourney is over.
What's lingering consequences? Did he get
now
suspended?
He's like a mark, though. I mean, people, you don't forget that guy.
Does he get to play next weekend?
Yeah, I don't think there's a suspension that goes along with it, but he makes no money, and he gets no points or anything for making his, tour card for next year. So it can end up being costly in the future.
I think it's reputational, too.
And
reputational is that's not what
a lot of damage
want to happen. All right, so that's this is making me happy for do this.
DD Mega Doo-Doo.
Joey Votto finalizing a deal to join the NBC Sports broadcast team per Michael McCarthy, the future Hall of Famer. Spent 17 seasons, all in Cincinnati, the NL MVP in 2010. And he is going to be joining NBC as they return to broadcasting baseball for the first time. But can you believe
anything that he says?
That's the thing, is he's a known fibber.
He's a liar.
But also, Anthony Rizzo is also finalizing a deal. These are all alleged. Nothing's been signed yet. Anthony Rizzo, Joey Votto, and Clayton Kershaw.
I was going to say, does this mean Clayton Kershaw's out?
No, he's in. They've just decided to not let him work any postseason or October games because he's not great. So they're going to let him work the regular season and then get some of these postseason heroes in to handle the September and October games. That's just a guess. That's what I would do if I was the programmer. September, October? No, you're out. Sorry.
They're going to let him pitch at all in the World Baseball Classic?
I did read that they're going to be using him in the Woods capacity.
Mop up.
Up 7, up 8, down 7, down 8. Go ahead.
My goodness.
Get
I hope
hot.
Team USA is never down 7 or 8 in the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
But
So
okay.
he's got the Woods label on him now. I mean, the difference is he's going to the Hall of Fame. I'm not. But yeah, that's where I really shine. Down 10.
And that is don't and do this for a Friday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Remember 5 minutes ago when we were at the SDFC playoff game? Well, their season starts on Tuesday. Darren Smith, SDFC broadcaster, going to join us for his weekly Friday segment when we come back. Stick around. More Ben and Woods coming up on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please
just
don't.
a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee
It's going to in a second.
right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Just spent the entire break trying to explain to Woods the difference between the MLS season and the CONCACAF Champions Cup. And then I said, Darren, just wait for Darren, and he will clear it all up. Because Woods kept going, well, no, SDFC's home opener isn't until February 21st. No, it's Tuesday. They're playing a home opener on Tuesday.
And then you said, nobody cares about that.
No, you said that.
No, you did.
I said, no, they do. But
no,
I said,
meant
Darren,
the home opener. I thought you said I was
Darren,
all right, Spider.
Ask Darren. Darren Smith standing by. He will join us ahead of that home opener on Tuesday, coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Well, guys, we're seeing no incidents, no accidents, no surprises on our roads. That last one, of course, meaning you're still going to see a lot of that usual slowing in the usual spots, but nothing getting in your way at this time. Heads up, San Diego, the next long weekend is coming up. Get road ready now. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Get you in and out fast. No appointment needed. Real pros. Check lights, fluids, and tires with any oil change. Locations and coupons at SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your 15-minute drive-through oil change. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
And joining us right now on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline, Darren Smith, who returns to the radio color analyst salt mines next week.
Yeah, buddy.
For SDFC. Darren, it is good to see you as always.
Good morning. Good to see you guys. Good to see you last weekend as well, Paul and Ben.
All right.
In particular.
Yeah.
Nice to see you guys.
Great to see you, Darren.
My son,
under
my
circumstances.
My son scored double
Yes.
digits for the first time ever, so I was very happy.
Great.
I was there for that.
Darren had VIP seating. Paulie and I
Did
were
he?
back in the back with media schlubs.
Well, it
at
stands to
Randy's
reason.
celebration of life, though.
It stands to reason.
Well, yeah. I mean, the wife doesn't have it any other way. You know, if she's not on a VIP list, then she's not going to go. So it became a big issue in the house that I could not have her sitting with the commoners. So we had to call in a couple of the favors there and make sure that she had her VIP seat.
I love it.
Got to do what you got to do.
Are you guys going to go before we get into SDFC? Are you guys going to go to the Mexico City series?
Are we going to Mexico City for baseball, or for
Baseball.
soccer?
Baseball.
Okay. I think we would like to go if it makes sense for us.
Yeah.
I think that's something that we've circled on the calendar, but no, we have not like booked flights or anything like that.
Were you
We've
offering to
just
pay his
looked at
way,
it.
Woods?
No, I'm not
okay.
paying his way. I was just I got my flights done this morning, so I'm in. We got the hotel and everything. I just wanted to see if you were there. We could hang out.
I would like to go.
Have some dinner.
Are you flying out of Tijuana?
We are.
Or
We are.
Okay.
You're doing the
Because-
cross-border express,
Yes,
huh?
sir.
I'm
Yes,
impressed,
sir.
Woods.
Thank you very much.
impressed.
Thank you very much.
I think that's the best way to do it.
Yep.
It is the best way to do it. And it used to be like the best kept secret. It's a little pricier than it used to be, but it's still a really good deal for the convenience that Cross Border Express has of just being able to say, hey, I'm just going to check in on this side of the border, go across this bridge and get dumped into the terminal. It's fantastic. But I actually was looking at flights yesterday. I know we're going to get into SDFC and what they're playing, this tournament they're playing in coming up on Tuesday, but they play a 2-legged tournament starting Tuesday at Snapdragon Stadium, and then a week later they play in Mexico City. So I was like literally just looking at flights yesterday. They're like $130 round trip to go. Like, how could I not? Like, how could I not go to this event? I should definitely book this. So flights are pretty cheap to get to Mexico City. I don't know what they're like for the Padres series, but I would imagine it's probably not too bank breaking.
I can't wait.
So I was trying to explain to Woods that the CONCACAF Champions Cup, kind of like the Champions League in Europe, except it's
Sure.
totally not, but how prestigious, because obviously some of these are more, newer developments in this hemisphere of the world. How prestigious is the CONCACAF Champions Cup? And just in your talking to people in the organization, I mean, how seriously are they taking it compared to the MLS regular season, which again doesn't start until next month?
Yeah, I mean, it's as prestigious as it gets in North America. So, from that standpoint, in terms of playing in international tournament and playing one of these regional tournaments, this is Champions League in Europe, right? Which we just had a little bit of this week. And you qualify for it based on your success. It's not random. You have to have performed pretty well in a previous season in order to qualify for this tournament. So there's 27 teams from Canada, the US, Mexico, from Central America, from the Caribbean. And it's sort of like the best, most successful teams end up qualifying for this tournament, and they compete against one another. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty prestigious. Like it's as good as it gets. I mean, if you were to ask me, name one trophy that you would like to lift, like I would say this might be it.
Nice.
That this might be the one, over MLS Cup. Now that's just a matter of personal preference for me. But when you look at the clubs that have won it, it's some of the big dogs in Mexico. It's Club America, it's Cruz Azul, it's Monterrey. So, I mean, MLS clubs have historically not fared well in this tournament, which is why I think, maybe fans in the US or MLS fans tend to think like, whatever. But, it's a really big deal. And if you win it, you get invited to the Club World Cup. So, there's lots of prestige to it. You go and you play against some of the bigger teams in CONCACAF, in the region that represents Major League Soccer and Liga MX. So, I think it's a really big deal, and I think they're really into it. I think they want to perform well in it. It's their first opportunity. We know what they were like just debuting last year and all the success that they had and being record-breaking in terms of points and wins, et cetera. So I do think that they really want to perform well. They got a really tough draw. I mean, I think maybe the toughest draw for certainly any of the MLS clubs, with having to start against Pumas, this team from Mexico City. And if you get through that, you have to play Toluca, which is the 2-time defending champ. So they have a tough draw, but, they don't half-step anything. So, I definitely think that they want to put on a good show on Tuesday and have a little bit of success and taste what success is like in this tournament before the season starts.
Yeah, right into the fire, man. I love that. Tuesday
right
night.
Into it.
Now
right
I know exactly what I'm doing on Tuesday night. Very, very excited. Now
it should be good.
You've got me fired up for it. Let's talk a little Padres baseball if we could. We texted a little bit yesterday, and actually somebody just tweeted me. I'd love to know Darren Smith's take on the potential ownership and maybe what he's heard through his little grapevine.
I think we should reset that little nugget that we took from Kevin Acee. It was in the last segment of our show yesterday.
The Acee nugget.
Where he just goes, depending on who you ask, the team's still for sale. Or something along those lines.
Yeah, which opens up, there's a little bit of a crack there.
Ben heard that, and we all go,
peek through.
Yeah, you mean about, is the team actually for sale?
Correct,
And he's like,
yeah.
depending on who you ask. Yeah, I know. Kevin's had a weird week of ambiguity. in
Yes,
his report, hasn't he? Like,
it's happened to all of us before, and it's
why,
the worst.
why is this so hard?
I know.
You're reporting stuff. Like, report it. I mean, make it clear for us. We're not all, we don't speak code, right? And like, talk to us. Tell us what you're trying to say, like, please. I don't really know what to make of that. I mean, I guess the theory that you guys have already mentioned is, are pieces being sold off, or is this being sold in like one, is one, big owner going to come in here, like, Joe Tsai, for example, not to put his name out there. I don't think that's a credible potential buyer myself, but is somebody going to come in here and like, I'm going to buy this, Mark Cuban or whatever. And instead, it's sort of like, well, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I don't know. I mean, what I've heard is, and I haven't spent a ton of time on it, is just that that the interest is real. Like it's there. And I would have thought when this started that this was going to be more of a slow play.
Yeah.
I would have thought, especially with a work stoppage coming up, right? Like, was MLB going to be in any sort of rush? Because let's say the Padres sell for $2 billion. That's a fair number, right? Like, it's realistic.
I think it's going to be higher than that if they really want to sell the whole team. But yeah.
Yeah, but like, we'll just use that for its simplicity. Like this team sold for $800 million in 2012, was it? Like, that's a really good return on investment. And the owners are going to, want to negotiate when they just sold the Padres, apparently saddled with debt, no television deal for $2+ billion. Like, interesting. Business feels pretty good if you're an owner. Where do we sign up for that? But it sounds like this thing is going to move quicker. I mean, just tea leaves, not any sort of real insight here. But like, are like people looking and you guys probably have heard like of tours going around Petco Park and Eric Grupner being involved with that. Who does he come with the sale or what's the deal there?
So much unknown
situation for him. I don't know. So it just sounds like it's moving a bit quicker than I would have thought when we first found out that the team was first being put out there. And, that means things could happen pretty quickly, like much quicker than we thought. So I don't have anything all that new to add other than just the, what I was told, which was like, it's real. It's like the interest is real.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people that are lining up here that definitely want to peek under the hood and see what it's all about.
Talking to Darren Smith here on 97.3 The Fan. I guess my big question, and I don't know the answer to this, but I was kind of under the assumption. We know Peter Seidler was so passionate about baseball and the Padres and trying to win a championship. And then when he passed away, and John Seidler, through like a series of events, ended up in charge of the Padres. He was not like, the plan was for him to move right in. Through a series of events, he ends up in charge of the Padres. I was always kind of assuming, all right, how fast can he really get out of this? Like, sell the team. I didn't ever sign up for this, but maybe he's enjoyed being the owner of the Padres and wants to carry on more of Peter's legacy. I shook his hand for the first time last weekend. Don't know that much about the man. I don't know how much you do, Darren, but is it possible that, he's having a change of heart and wants to, keep more control of the team than we first expected when the transition happened?
Could be. That's the first I've really heard anybody suggest that. I think most suggestions, even if it's just sort of the gossipy nature of people in local media, is that they kind of just want to pull the plug and get out.
That's what I thought too, but maybe not.
That's what sort of over it.
We all assumed it. Like that was the assumption when that statement came out.
We took the exploration of a sale as they're being sold,
and we're washing our hands of it entirely. And I guess as we talk about all the time with this organization, honestly, anything's possible. Anything's possible. Nothing will surprise me really. Unless, Bezos comes in and buys it. Yeah, really. Like, that would surprise me. But anything else, if they stayed, if they went, whatever, none of that would surprise me at all.
If they stayed or when?
The Seidler.
No, the Seidler.
Oh, okay.
Not the team.
We're like, we're back to
not.
No.
We're not going through that again.
I can't.
Stephen Bloom over here.
Yeah, Steve Bloom.
Yeah,
that's
right.
right.
To go. Boomski.
Yeah, that's all right. Just throwing it out there.
Woodski.
Although I still am wondering why it is like that John Morris was.
I know you are. I love it. You're so perturbed by that.
Well, listen, like we all have a little bit of experience there with with Mr. Morris, don't we? So, we know everything is pretty intentional in his universe. He doesn't just wake up one day and just decide to throw a quote to Forbes magazine, regardless of who the writer is, unless there's some sort of intent behind it. But I don't know. Maybe that's my brain working overtime. I don't know. I mean, it sounds like you guys think maybe this is going to be slow played a little bit more than what I was led to believe over the last couple of days or so.
I mean, again, I could see it going either way, Darren, at this point. I mean, we've heard rumors on both sides. So before you go, can I go back to soccer just for a second? Just because I wanted to ask you, what are we going to see on Tuesday from SDFC's side? Well, Patty McNair has been transferred off to Hull City. So, there are changes. There are some new players, but what's the lineup going to look like with no Chucky? How different is it going to be essentially for year number 2?
Yeah, it's I was out there the other day, even though I'm sworn to secrecy. I was there for the preseason game against Tijuana, and it wasn't. I don't know that it was exactly the A squad, but I think you're going to see it similar to what it looked like at the end of last year. You're probably going to see Pellegrino, and Marcus Ingvartsen is back and hopefully healthy, since he was injured all but about 5 matches last year. And Anders was playing and he looked great, and Yeppe was there and he looked great. And in the back, you're right. McNair's is off and back to England. But by the end of the year, it was Chris McVeigh and it was Manu Dua anyway at center half. So those guys were flying. I think right back is going to be interesting. They've added a little bit of depth there, so got a little health. But it's probably going to be about the same. I would like to see a couple of the new players that have been brought in. But I also, the thing about the season starting earlier than the MLS season is, the window's still open, and this is not what the final roster is going to look like by, I would guess, February 21st. But I think it's not going to be like a B squad out there. I think they're going to go out there and put their playoff type lineup out there on the field at Snapdragon Stadium on Saturday night, which is good, and hopefully picking up where they left off for the most part, not necessarily the Vancouver game, but where they left off at the end of the regular season when they were on such a roll.
And when you play a home and home, it's essentially like one really long game with aggregate scoring.
Aggregate, and yes, and this is where math comes in, and this is always the part of the conversation where I remember Marty's eyes glazing over. Where you are, it's aggregate scoring, and if it's tied, away goals matter. So scoring on the road, those goals are weighted a little bit differently. This tournament still does that. Similar tournaments in other parts of the world have decided that they don't want to go into to weighted goals, to away goals mattering more. But yes, we will have to pay a bit of attention to the aggregate scoring over 2 legs.
So like a 1-0 or 2-0 result in favor of SDFC at home would be great and give them a chance going to what is obviously going to be a very tough game in Mexico City.
But even if like SDFC gets off to a great start, right, and they're up, let's say they're up like 3-0, and Puma scores a goal late and it's 3-1, you're like, oh, okay. Now all of a sudden, if they win 2-0 in their building, they will. Yes, because they scored an away goal.
Yeah.
All right.
Because the away goal is weighted. Yeah. So again, this is, like I said, this is where the eyes sometimes glaze over of like, what?
We got to learn these things. We're Soccer City now. We got to learn these things. Darren's our sensei.
After it happens, don't tell me the results. Just quiz me on it and see if I can figure it out. We'll do that live on the air.
Yes. Now, what happens if this?
I'm all for it.
If the next score is like 1-0.
All right. All right.
So
I'm down for another quiz.
Jeez, Ben, I haven't heard Soccer City in a few years.
Yeah, we're Soccer City now. All right, Darren. Well, next week we'll have one result in. We'll be getting ready for the return away match in Mexico City. Appreciate it as always.
Oh, love it, guys. Appreciate you.
Darren Smith on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with the crimes since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Come back, hour number 3, including our final game of Take on Woods this month, all ahead on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. We'll be right back.
We are halfway home on a Friday. Ben and Woods, 97.3. The Fan. Should be a beautiful, beautiful day out there today in America's finest city. Thanks so much for being with us. I'm Woodsy. Paul Reindel's the executive producer. Ben Higgins, the chairman. Friendly neighborhood sports anchor. Real quick, wanted to wish a happy 8th birthday to Alexandro Guzman. Now, I checked with his dad. It is Alexandro. And he's turning 8, listens to us every day with his dad, driving into school. And just wanted to wish you happy birthday. My son will turn 8 next Friday. Are you guys ready for Woods Week next week? By the way, it's
Woods Week.
Woods Week.
Woods Week.
Woodstock.
It's basically Woodstock. It's the crazy thing. Now, I can't wait for Ben to take a huge dump all over this. We know he's not. You're not a
By
real.
the way, happy birthday, Alexandro.
Yeah, happy birthday. You're not a big believer in you don't believe in like coincidence or, we told the sweet story of that guy.
I believe in coincidence.
Yeah.
It is simply just a coincidence.
It is, but we told that sweet story.
The butterfly.
He's, it's a
Japanese culture
of a loved one returning, and he's going for some strikeout record, and look at that, a white butterfly appears.
So
And
it was
Ben
just
said,
hovering around the mound the entire at bat.
Yeah.
Because that was my mom.
That was my mom. And Ben said it wasn't. It was just a butterfly. He doesn't believe in signs and things like that. But next week for me, personally, in my life, is like the biggest week ever. So on Sunday, that is February 1st. That is the day that I started on the radio in San Diego. February 1st, 2010. Okay? Pretty cool. February 4th, 2014. Is when I met my wife for the first time on a chance encounter. February 6th is my son's birthday. So 3 massive, life-changing milestones all happened in the first week of February. For me, different years, right? But it's a week that I always look forward to. I always celebrate. I look back on. I get emotional about. Because that's that is the 3 biggest things in my life that ever happened to me. One on the 4th, or one on the 1st, one on the 4th, one on the 6th.
And incredibly, the Earth was in a similar position in its rotation around the sun on that one revolution when those 3 things all happened to you, just in that kind of similar window. Because it's an anniversary. It's a date. I'm happy for you that you can reflect back on 3 special things at the same time.
You don't feel happy.
You're allowed to reflect back and enjoy those moments in August or November as well. There's nothing stopping you from looking back and saying, remember when I made my debut on the radio, or remember when our son was born. You can celebrate that at any time you want.
So why don't we just do your birthday in June then from now on?
People do celebrate half birthdays.
Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody. Here's your present. Where's mine? Oh, you probably kept the money for mine.
Fixed to this notion of the calendar that is really just an artificial construct that we've created. Like, January doesn't have to have 31 days. It could have 29 days, and February could have 30 days, and we could do it could be different no matter what. We just decided at some point this is what the calendar looks like.
Is this why it was hard for you to make friends when you were little?
Probably,
this is why. Wait, let me see. Ben down the street seems like a nice guy. Can't ride a bike, and all he does is just crap all over everything that we like. I don't want to be friends with that guy. I don't. He can't even ride a bike with us. And it was my birthday, and he asked me, it's just an arbitrary day?
Hey, Ben, we're going to go to the woods. We're going to ride our bikes around.
No, I'm not doing that.
I don't have my helmet.
I'm
you
also
guys
not
don't seem to have your helmets.
I'm not a savage who rides through the woods. They're like, you know what? You're more trouble than it's worth.
I have balance issues. I'm sorry. It's not my fault.
Oh, God.
So I'm excited. It's such a good look back for me because I never thought I would have this job.
Ben the narc.
I never thought I would have this job. I did not go into life thinking I was going to be a morning radio show host ever. Never.
Does anyone? I didn't.
I know,
so.
right?
I get that question all the time. The people are like, "Oh, did you always want to do this?" I'm like, "No, I had no idea."
And I got it. Held on to it like grim death for the last 15 years. Swimming upstream. Never thought I would meet a person like my wife, and I did. And I never thought I would have a son, and I did. So it's very special. I'm just telling you right now, I'm gonna be crying all next week. Just so you know, I'm just gonna be a weeping, sobbing mess all next week.
When exactly does that kick in?
Sunday.
Sunday is the day that it kicks in. That's when you really start feeling it.
I start doing the reflection on Sunday of like, man, remember where you were, remember how it was. I still remember the first song I listened to driving into my very first day on the air. I mean, it's vivid. I remember my first show. I remember all that, man.
Did you always? What were your time slots in
6
other
a.m.
radio jobs?
Oh, what do you mean?
Like, were you always in the mornings?
Always.
Really? You've
Always.
never done afternoons or? Because I started working evening radio. Was my very first job was working at nights. Paul, you work nights as well, right?
Yeah, I did a night show with Kevin Acey for a year and a half. But the problem was they did not care about the night show whatsoever.
Yeah.
They had 3 shows in their opinion. We had 4, but only 3 mattered: morning, midday, afternoon. And so I would do the evening show, but then the morning producer would go out of town for a week in the summer, and they would just instead of having somebody else work the morning show, they'd go, "Hey, Paul, you're going to you're going to flip your schedule upside down. We're going to put some new guy in nights in your spot, and then you get to work the morning." So instead of 6 p.m., I had to flip my schedule and wake up and do 6 a.m. And then I've pretty much been mornings ever since.
I've been all around the time slots. I've been late mornings, early afternoons, nights. I've done updates in the mornings and the afternoon drive time when I was on. And then this is really the first time I've ever had a show that was a morning show until I met you. And, just a couple of months before we got together, that was my first chance to ever do a morning show. But you've
There's
just
nothing
done
I'd
mornings.
want any more than mornings now.
No.
Mornings are the best.
No, I'm out of radio if they make me do something else. I'm not cut out for it, but I
always listen to, more. You talked about Dave Rickards and DSC. I always thought the morning show hosts were a different breed.
100% they are.
I wasn't part of
Look
that
at you
breed.
now, Chairman. Look at you now. I mean, holy cow. No, I've always done mornings. I had to do, when I left, I had to do fill in, so I've done shifts in other day parts, but never as a employee. I've always done mornings. I did mornings on the first show I was at, the second show, the solo, and then with you guys. And so, yeah, it's, I look back and I go, number one, 15 years. Holy crap, dude. Where did that go?
Oh, 15. Yeah.
And then, my day I met my wife completely changed my life forever. And then the day I had my son, is just insane. So I'm telling you, I'm going to be a reflective mess all next week.
Of all the things that are bad about the mornings, the lack of sleep, the bizarre hours, do you get that sense? And I had it this morning driving in when the roads are pretty empty. And everyone else is probably not even awake yet, and you're already kind of on your way to work and starting your day. For me, I always feel a bit a self-satisfaction
every time
at that moment.
Every time.
Okay, you know what? Starting my day a little bit before everybody else's.
Every time.
And to help people get their day started. Correct. Well, I don't really see that. What's going on in your house, your drive to work in the morning. I'm glad that I get to be a part of that and help your day get started in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I feel it every day, and then nothing better than a Friday. Walking out of here at 10:03, you're like, I'm done. That's the best. It's worth it.
Number one perk right there. I think is the Friday 10 o'clock ready for the weekend.
It's the best.
I did have last week, we had Monday off for MLK Day, and then we were off on Tuesday while you were both sick. So that was the day that I felt fine, and my natural body clock, I was still up by 6. That was sleeping in for me on Tuesday, but waking up in my home at 6:15, pouring a cup of coffee, turning on the TV, and I go, is this what people with normal jobs get to do every day? It was kind of nice to get to experience it once on a weekday.
I really enjoyed taking Bo to school twice.
Yeah.
Even if I was sick, I really enjoyed doing that. And I feel like, man, I really missed out on seeing him in the mornings and stuff. But yeah, man.
Everybody that has that 8 a.m. start time or 9 a.m. start time.
Harry just nails it. For a guy that loves scorigami more than anything, you sure hate Woodstock week, don't you? You really do.
It's
fair. Oh my God, it's 13-6. It's never happened. I'm
13-6.
Whatever. You know what I mean.
47-39.
And
like,
he's
how
just
did
like,
that happen?
oh my God.
It's just obviously something weird had to happen for the score to end up.
They just scored a certain amount of points.
Strange number of points.
Crazy.
Just, it means something odd occurred.
No, it doesn't.
It hadn't ever occurred in another game before.
It scores.
Something, but it's something odd. The final score was 26-11. That's not a normal,
I'd say,
sequence of points in a football game. It just means something odd occurred during the game.
I'd say a washed out, almost 40-year-old morning show DJ meeting a 24-year-old smoke show and her falling in love with him.
That was a scoregami.
It was a total scoregami. All right, yeah. How about this from Brian? The time you start your day is arbitrary. What is time anyway? It's just a flat circle, right? Just this is it.
It's actually fairly true. I mean, we could say a day ends at 1 p.m. every day, and the next day starts at 1:01 p.m.
It's weird, right? My day ends about 7:30 p.m. every single day, so I get it. Well, thank you. I know you'll be ready and happy to celebrate all that is me next week.
Do I need to get you any sort of gifts next week?
We have a problem with your gifts giving already.
I'm hoping the answer is no.
Somebody said in the chat too, they're like, Woodsy, let it go. The show got canceled. I'm with Ben on this. He kept the money and didn't give me anything. What are you talking about?
I'll make it up to you. It's fine.
How?
Will you?
When?
Will you?
How and when? I'm going to just take $400 out of your ass all year long. That's what I'm going to do. I'll be like, oh, let's knock another 60 off here.
Pretty much sure that was going to happen anyway, whether I got you something or not.
At least now it tallies off it chips away at your debt.
Let's keep it on a note on our phone somewhere where till I'm back to even.
That's $36 off, Ben. Thanks for fixing me that sandwich. You have $400 to work off this year. I love you guys. I love you.
Like the teenager who accidentally backed into a fire hydrant.
Exactly.
You're now paying off $472 of bumper damage the rest of the year.
Did your parents used to do that bit to you when you were young? They're like, yeah, man, like that. You hit the garage. It's $300. You're going to have to work this off. So guess what? Saturday, I'm out there washing my dad's car. He's like, all right, $40 off. Cool, just $260 to go.
Just some arbitrary number that he comes up with to value what your time was to pay off your so-called debt.
All right, go rake those leaves. All right, $17 for that.
Take all the trash out. All right, now it's another $9.
You just turned into indentured
Now,
servant.
did you take the trash to the can, or did you roll the can down to the street? All right, we'll add another $4 for that.
Knowing full well I'm going to do the exact same thing. When one of my kids breaks something big, I'm going to be like, sit down. All right, here we go. That is $300 you have to work off. No, the best part of parenthood is doing these arbitrary salaries for things.
Dang.
It's so good.
I'm trying to think now. What's the most expensive damage you ever cost your parents as a kid?
Paulie,
what do you think was the most? You probably didn't know as a kid. If you were like 7 years old and you probably didn't understand the value or whatever. But like, was it a car?
I don't know when I was little, but I do know, like, man, I was just destructive, dude. I would wreck apartments and stuff, and they'd be like, I just was awful. I thought about an incident the other day when I went home for Christmas and I let a couple of buddies keep my apartment in South Bend and they trashed it. I mean, I had like graffiti on the walls and like I think there was like doo-doo on the wall. I mean, they trashed it and I got my ass chewed. And I mean, my dad chewed my ass. And I was like, it wasn't even me. Not my fault. It wasn't even there. But it was bad.
When I was a new driver, and, I'd park in the driveway. And when I'd leave, I'd just do a quick back out and turn and go. It was just second nature. Of course, when you don't think about those things, you don't realize that your mom's friend is visiting and her Mercedes is in the driveway. And I backed right into it without even looking. That was bad.
Your parents just have to foot the bill.
Yeah.
How old were you? Like 16? Like how long had you had your license?
Just a few months.
I got a speeding ticket about 3 weeks after I got my driver's license. And was like, oh no, like I'm dead. First of thousands. But Paulie, I got bailed out of plenty of things like that, literally and figuratively. But breaking stuff, I was pretty bad.
How would you like to play a little Take on Woods?
I would love
Last
it.
game of the month, last chance to qualify for the trip to Las Vegas and the tickets to see Sammy Hagar. If you want to play our game, next segment, you can call now 833-288-0973. Music trivia, movie trivia, or TV trivia. Your choice. We'll give you the categories you'll play against Woods. Coming up next, 833-288-0973. That's coming up after a check of traffic with more Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Making plans for this weekend. Make sure they include 7 Mile Casino. If you enjoy playing cards, there's really no other choice in San Diego. Proximity, just general niceness, and great action. If you're a high-limit player, they can take your action at the Texas Hold'em tables or the California-style blackjack tables. They've also got Pai Gow and Baccarat in San Diego's just best card room.
You know, with the weather being how it is right now, they have such a beautiful patio. Great place if you're thinking about a lunch spot today. It's 8:20 right now, lunch around noon, 11:30. Head down to 7 Mile Casino. Grab a couple hands of California-style blackjack. But go sit out on the patio, have a delicious lunch with an incredible view of the bay, and you'll see right then, this is why I came. It's perfect.
Better yet, check out the brunch this weekend at Sammy's, voted the best in the South County, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays, or order off the 24/7 players menu with Kung Pao chicken, the Asian pork chop, and much more. And get one of those messy Sundays, too. Really make it a special time. It is 7 Mile Casino right down the 5 freeway in Chula Vista, E Street, right on Bay Boulevard there on the west side of the freeway, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. A little breaking baseball news before we get to take on Woods. The Minnesota Twins have parted ways, mutually apparently, with their president of baseball operations, Derek Falvey. Essentially, their A.J. Preller. He's been in the role since 2017. And this is very odd, the timing of a move like this. Usually you make these moves, of course, at the end of the season, and then let someone else shape your offseason in the direction of your franchise. Rarely do you do it on the eve of spring training, making a major change in the organization. So I imagine more is going to come out about this story. They're promoting their general manager essentially to be the head of baseball operations. Jeremy Zoll will continue to now lead in that role, but without Falvey as the top of the food chain on the baseball side in Minnesota. So weird story.
Not a contract expiring or anything.
I don't
like
think
that.
so.
Just
No,
let's part
they
ways.
have the new Polad, Tom Polad, who's in charge. He's going to run business for now. Maybe
Was
they
it
didn't.
Bill before?
It was Carl originally. Carl Polad.
Carl
and then
Polad? Is there a Bill Polad?
There's Bill Polian.
Bill Polian.
But I don't think it's a Bill Polad.
I just made it up.
That's fine. All right. We got a contestant or two on the line. Let's get to our final game of the month. It is time to take on Woods. Take on Woods, brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you. Let's try line 3. Is this Benoit?
Benoit?
Benoit. I like it. We'll go with the French
Benoit
pronunciation. Well, there was Benoit Benjamin, was a former Clippers player in the past, but Benoit is absolutely, in fact, I like it better. Benoit, you are our contestant today. Would you like to, let's see, we got our 3 categories: TV, music, or movies. The TV category today is The Replacements. Those are TV shows in which a main character was just swapped out at some point in the series. We've got music, 5 alive, 5 bands or artists with 5 in their name. And our new movies category is called Nam, 5 major movies that were set during the Vietnam War. So TV, The Replacements, music, 5 alive, or movies, Nam. Benoit, what would you like to play?
movies. Nah.
Oh, all right. We're going to go
Vietnam.
movies again. All right. We've got 5 major movies that were set during the Vietnam War. You'll have 60 seconds to answer as many of the questions as you can, and then Woods will have the same opportunity. If you beat or tie him, we'll put you into our grand prize drawing for the trip to Las Vegas to see Sammy Hagar at Dolby Live at Park MGM. 2 nights stay at the Park MGM Las Vegas and a $100 gas card. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. And since I thought we needed to add a little something with our new format, this time we're going to start kind of with a 2-second clip. Paulie's going to play some audio from a movie set in Vietnam. You need to be able to name that movie based on the famous movie clip, and then we'll ask the other 4 questions. Again, you can pass if you don't know one, and we'll come back to it if there's time left on the clock. You got it, Benoit?
Yeah.
All right. Let's put 60 seconds on the clock. Let Paulie cue up our movie clip. Your time begins when Paul plays the clip from the movie. Good luck, Benoit. Let's take on Woods.
Napalm, son. I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Apocalypse Now.
Correct. Robin Williams won a Golden Globe for his portrayal of an armed forces radio DJ in which 1987 film?
Good morning, Vietnam.
Very good. Oliver Stone used his own experiences in Vietnam to write and direct which Oscar-winning 1986 motion picture starring Charlie Sheen, Tom Berenger, and Willem Dafoe?
Dude.
Correct. Real-life drill sergeant R. Lee Ermey puts new recruits through hell in which 1987 Stanley Kubrick war classic?
Full Metal Jacket.
And finally, Robert De Niro, Christopher Walken, and John Savage play a trio of Pennsylvania steelworkers whose lives are upended by the Vietnam War, in which 1978 Oscar winner for Best Picture?
Deer Hunter.
Boom!
Wow.
5 for 5. Well done, Benoit. Very nicely done. You are in for the drawing. The only question is whether Woods can match you. I think he knows his movies pretty well. Let's bring him back in. Same 5 questions. And we are in a movies category today. I don't give you the category, but I will tell you we have a clip for our first question. You need to identify the movie where it comes from. Benoit's score is locked in.
Benoit. Love it.
60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when Paul plays.
Not Benoit.
It's not.
Benoit and Wood.
I said Benoit first.
No, you didn't.
I
Yeah, you
did.
did.
Well, there was Benoit Benjamin was a basketball player. He pronounced it Benoit.
I
So-
didn't know that. I would have definitely guessed. I would have started with Benoit. Benoit.
OIT. Yeah.
Benoit.
Benoit and Woods. Here we go.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Benoit.
Napalm, son. I love the smell of napalm
It's
in the morning.
Apocalypse Now.
Correct. Robin Williams won a Golden Globe for his portrayal of an armed forces radio.
Good Morning, Vietnam.
Correct. Oliver Stone used his own experience.
Platoon.
Correct. Real life drill sergeant R. Lee Ermey puts new recruits through hell.
Full Metal Jacket.
Correct. Robert De Niro, Christopher Walken, and John Savage play a trio of Pennsylvania steelworkers whose lives are upended by the Vietnam War, in which
Is that
1970.
Deer Hunter?
It is. Wow. Both of you 5 for 5. Outstanding game to end the week. Benoit qualifies. Woods, you did it even faster than he did.
That was
but
awesome.
Both of you were awesome in the category of Nam,
Nom. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Vietnam War movies.
I
Most of
mean-
them all around the same time. A lot of 1986, 87.
Every one of those movies kicks
really
ass,
good movies.
man.
Yeah.
Not where you can be like, hey, let's go watch Apocalypse Now again. Like I haven't revisited many of them.
I think that
They're
makes
tough.
sense though. The 80s, because when did the Vietnam War end?
Yeah, like in the 70s. So,
Mid-70s,
you know,
and
there was
then
kind of time to
they tell-
reflect. It
start
wasn't
telling
too
the
Exactly.
close.
10
but
years
stuff-
later.
Yeah.
Yep. All those movies start to get written. Yeah.
Oh man, I mean that's 5 bangers right there.
Yeah.
Straight up.
What was that?
Paulie is getting an alert,
What?
an emergency. We will find out what that
We're good, we're
is.
good. It was my Apple Watch. I think
You got too
Started
hyped
doing
up.
a-
Your heart rate got going too
No,
much
it
during that great
turned
game.
off. It was the emergency SOS or power off or something. I don't know. I was like, what the hell is that?
All right.
Everything's fine.
Paul's going to
We're
break
good,
out the
we're
topic wheel when we come back. And then in our 9 o'clock hour, we'll have a roundel report, biggest fan contest, and we'll look ahead to some big local events this weekend. It's all coming up with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please
just a
don't.
little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
A lot of people commenting on that game of Take on Woods. Well played, both sides. Some people enjoyed that category.
Great name, Benoit.
And the great name of Benoit.
Yeah.
I was going to go Benoit first, and I thought it's very presumptuous of me to think he has the French pronunciation.
Also,
Paulie said, though, that he usually has an accent on his name that I didn't
There's
see.
some. It's also it's a device.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Our next contestant is Vibrator.
Spelled differently, I believe.
It's Vibrator is our next contestant here on Vibrator.
Rator.
Actually, no, it's Vibrator. He's really good.
But if you would have started and guessed Benoit, and then he said it's Benoit. I wouldn't have thought it was weird that you guessed Benoit.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
I agree.
Should have just gone with Benoit.
Usually he tries to spice everything up.
True.
Like you Frenchify things.
I went against
you
my
went
own
against
instincts.
your gut,
I
dude.
did. I went
Look
against
what
my own
happened.
instincts.
Yeah, don't ever go against your gut. You're always trying to fancy things up. Why stop now?
All right. Well, maybe with our biggest fan announcement, I can go.
Oh,
with
that's
the
an
more
easy one.
exotic pronunciation.
No, that one's too easy.
Okay, we'll see. Coming up at 9:00, our biggest fan, another chance to qualify for the night in the Odyssey Suite, catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. Get your name into our drawing 3 times a day, and have your name potentially called at 973thefan.sd.com/biggest fan. This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by GL Pools, the company trusted by thousands of San Diegans to keep their pools sparkling, swim ready, and expertly maintained. Call GL Pools now. Say radio for a free month of service. Paulie's going to give the topic wheel a little spin right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Just one problem in the North County, eastbound 78 near the 15. There is a collision involving several vehicles. They're over the right shoulder, but emergency crews have got that right lane blocked. Heads up, San Diego. The next long weekend is coming up. Get road ready now. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Get you in and out fast. No appointment needed. Real pros. Check lights, fluids, and tires with any oil change. Locations and coupons at SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your 15-minute drive-through oil change. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Let's spin the sucker, see what we get. Oh. Can't wait for Woods' answer to this one. What is the pettiest thing you've ever done?
Oh, God. Oh, my.
Petty. I don't consider.
Then
really
you just
try
sit
to
back.
stay away from pettiness. Pettiness serves no purpose.
Woods teaches
You don't even feel
pettiness
good
101.
about being petty afterwards.
Yes, I do.
No, you
Yeah,
don't.
you do.
I do.
I know you have it in you, but you
Yeah.
still feel like, why did I
Never.
do that?
No, it feels
Really?
great.
Never.
You like feeling petty.
That means you wronged me, and I'm getting you
It's
back
in the
in some
word.
way.
Like petty is in the word. It's smallness. It's lowering yourself.
Mhm.
You
I
like
don't-
you like it.
I don't do it. I don't do it as much as I used to, but I will do it.
Hmm.
Trying to think of an example that I can share.
I know that's
That's the hard part.
yeah.
I would have needed a while to noodle on this one
Mhm.
a little bit.
You want us to spin it again, and you'll come back to this one?
Maybe. Let me think. You don't have anything. You've never been petty, have you?
I don't really think I've ever been petty.
Purple says Chairman Ben on his high horse.
I
Never.
am.
You are on your high horse. Your horse is very high.
Is being on a high horse somewhat petty of me?
That is,
sometimes?
yes, that's true. That's true. I mean, I've made 55,000 petty comments on the radio at least. You know, that's one thing.
Probably 2 or 3 today.
Probably
Let's be
2 or 3
honest.
today.
It's odd because I do think you are an empathetic person.
Extremely, but I do not like to be wronged. I really don't like to be wronged at all. And I'm growing. I don't respond to every single barb anymore, which I used to. Oh, I've never when I first started on the air, I had a real hard time getting used to it, right? Of people like hating me or whatever, or show or whatever. This is years ago. And I tracked the guy down and called him at work one time, which was pretty petty. And by the end of the conversation, he's like, oh, my bad, man. I just wanted to express myself. Oh, okay. Oh, Megan.
Client
just got
outreach.
it. Megan knows what we did. Me and you.
I stayed out of it.
You did. You know what we did in the offices of Mighty 1090. That's about as petty as it gets. I'll tell it. It's a true story.
Yeah, I don't think we've told this one on the air.
We've told it on live stream, but I'll tell it on the air. It's Friday. Nobody's listening anyway.
It's been 7 years, 8 years.
Yeah, it's been like 8 years. So we replaced a guy at Mighty 1090, and then he came here, strangely enough, and did nothing but flap his gums the whole time. Hated our show, hated this, hated me, called me Bob. Like, it was wild.
Never heard of this
I didn't
guy.
remember this.
Remember that?
Bob.
He just called me Bob.
His favorite thing was I've never heard of these
I've
guys.
never
They've
heard of-
replaced me twice, and everybody loves them and hates me, but I've never heard of them.
Yeah, this is gold. This is pure gold. Now,
In fact, one of the guys on their show, he was my producer, and I've never heard of them.
Yeah. Paulie worked with him, and he said, I still never heard of
Okay.
this story is mine and Paul's friendship origin story.
This is literally what
bonded
like
us.
the catalyst.
Do you believe the statute of limitations is
It's
expired
gone
on
now.
whatever you're about
this
to
is a good
say?
one.
Okay.
So this guy, you guys all know what we're talking about. He did not have, he sent so many insane tweets that management went to him and said, you no longer have control of your own Twitter feed. So he would have Paulie send his tweets. And he would be like, hey, bro, can you tweet out, the Hurricanes just signed the number one defensive class, right? So Paulie at home.
No, it was even worse than that.
It was worse than
like,
that, but
hey,
like-
it's a homecoming game in Miami.
Yeah.
Can you post pictures of the field and make it look like I'm there? Because I told everyone I was going,
there, yes.
but I'm actually sitting in my basement.
So Paulie would have to do all his Twitter, all of it.
Not just me, the social media guy, a couple other producers, like 4 people ran this guy's account.
So what we found is when we went back to our office at the Mighty 1090, Paulie called me back. He goes, you got to get back here. And he goes, by the way, he hasn't changed his password. I still have access to his Twitter. And I go, you're joking.
But now you are competitors.
Now we're
Work at
competitors.
different places.
And I go, you're joking.
Like,
So he's over here now.
he's here.
like Internet Security 101. You're
Right.
going somewhere else, change the password.
So dude would come over. He came over here, and at that time it was 97.3 The Machine. Dude rock. Yeah. Dude, we're gonna all dudes. Let's talk about balls and boobs. And yeah, let's go. It was what an ill-fated idea in this market. So Paulie goes,
That was pre-Adam, before they.
oh,
brought
yeah.
him in. That was
So
not his.
He goes, dude, I still have access to this guy's account. Now, of course, your brain goes into, oh, well, let's tweet like the most outlandish ass
Right.
we can think of.
Right.
But then I go, no, that sucks. It's too easy. He immediately changes his password.
He deletes it.
We get one joke.
It's up for 5
minutes and we're out.
Yeah. And then he changes the password and it's over.
So we're not talking about hacks, though. We are sitting in the room, and he was like, coming up on the show today, Hooters waitress Cammie, and we're gonna have Brian Johnson from AC/DC, and we're having Michael Irving, and we're gonna have Coach Jimmy Johnson, and The Rock may be weighing in. So he would tweet out everything that was coming up on the show. So I looked at Paulie, I go, just delete it. So he would delete it.
Like one a
just
day.
One a day. He would tweet out.
And I think he was doing middays, if I'm not mistaken. I think he started, call it 10 to 2 or somewhere in that range. So we were getting off the air at 9 or 10, whatever it was.
Running back into the
and we would go back to our office, and he's like in the middle of his show.
Yeah.
So of course, more promotion during that time. And he's like, hey, coming up in an hour, Jimmy Johnson calls in for the 14th time this week. And we would just
delete it.
Pick one a day.
Just delete it.
And delete it.
Just to make him insane.
So I, of
make him go
course,
crazy.
I, of course, didn't approve of this.
No, but you didn't.
I didn't stand in
You
the
didn't
way.
stand in
And
our
I will
way.
say that I secretly respected the heck out of the subtleness and restraint that the two of you showed in order to keep that going. Like, just confusing life. Like, if every tweet was gone, it would be obvious. If
obviously.
you sent something, it would be obvious. But just every once in a while, like once a day or just once in a while, just like a key tweet would just be gone.
Yeah, like a big one. Like,
Yeah.
this is my guest list.
Like, or my number one guest of the day.
Bro.
And then it gets deleted. And like,
That's one of the pettiest things that I
we
think I've
flash
ever done.
forward, he gets fired, shocker, and then we come over here and replace him again. And then we start working with one of his guys that was on his show.
Yeah, the
Alex,
Hammer.
Hammer.
Yep.
And Hammer was like his social media guy. He was me before me. And
Me after
or
you.
me after me, I should say. Yeah. So he was posting a lot of those tweets that we had
Deleting.
no idea who he was. We had never
Right.
met him, and we're deleting them. So when we tell him that story, like 6 months later, he goes, "Oh my God,
Oh my
that
God.
was you guys."
That was us.
We're
Yeah,
like,
that was us.
He goes, "Bro, Dan was losing his mind." Cause like we would delete it, and then like an hour later, it'd just be like, just making sure everybody still knows Jimmy Johnson's calling in. And he goes, "That was you guys?" We're like, "Yeah, it was totally us."
I would jump when Paulie would hit delete, I would jump 6 feet in the air.
I remember we were at my desk right under the window,
shaking him,
and Woods is behind me on the chair, just shaking the chair, and we'd have the mouse hovering over the red delete button, and I'd hit it, and then we'd go.
Yeah,
like,
and I
giggle.
would jump in the air, and then I'd run out to my car and laugh the whole time. Listen, harmless prank. But that's pretty petty.
Probably some sort of serious violation of something. But
I mean, listen, change your password. I don't know what to tell you. You change your password. You go across the street. You know? I mean, I loved that. I love that so much.
Petty.
It was petty, though. So there you go. That's probably it. That's probably the most petty thing I've ever done.
That's your winning story.
Yeah.
From the pettiness.
Sorry about that, Dan.
Super Bowl.
We were just
congratulations.
Just all's fair in love and war is how we looked at it, at that time. I heard stories back how radio used to be. My old producer told me, he goes, dude, that's nothing. He goes, we go out and plug stuff in. Other radio stations come by and cut it with a scissors. They just cut your power. So you're out at an event and you're like, hey, wait, what's going on? The guy cuts your line.
Oh, yeah.
And we have no power for this event. I'm like, it was like that? He's like, oh, dude, it was full-scale warfare.
Yeah, I heard stories about bannering events.
I caught a kid from 91X taking our 94.9 banners down at a concert, and I ripped this kid. I mean, I filleted him. Yep. Filleted him. It was
the promotions wars.
Promotions wars were a real
guys
thing.
Would go around with knives or scissors and just hack off all of these because you would roll 100 banners at a time over a gate or a fence or something, and they just rip them down and put theirs up.
By the end of a concert, you drive out of Chula Vista and you'd see 91X banners flapping in the breeze and 94.9 banners flapping in the breeze. Yep. It was like, what are we doing
Because once
here?
You set it up, the promo kid that's making minimum wage, they set it up and then they go on to something else. Yeah. They're not going back and checking. So if it's already up.
Dodger fans got me pretty good. Somebody has signed me up for all the junk email I can handle. And it's never ending. You got me. I tip my hat to you.
That was actually me.
Was that you?
No.
It is. I'm telling you, it never ends. It's never stopped. It's never ended.
Is that petty or is that a prank?
It's both.
A little bit of both.
But well done. I tip my hat.
Well, guys, I'm Ben Woods up here on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Biggest fan, Paulie Randall Report next on 97.3 The Fan. Final hour of Ben and Woods, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Round 2 of the Farmers Insurance Open just getting underway out at Torrey Pines. They will cut the field down. Always seems like a harsh thing to do.
Yeah, cut. You're going home.
Show up for a week of work, and then 2 days in, they tell you, I'm sorry, you're going home.
I bet sometimes it feels awesome to be cut, though. True story. I bet
if you're not playing well and like
obviously you missed the cut, so you're not playing great, but the worst is to be like not playing great, not feeling well, and to make it by 1. And you're like, oh, I've got no chance. I feel like ass.
There's guys who have made the cut on the number, though, then have great rounds on Saturday and Sunday. Have won the tournament.
For sure.
I mean, they set the cut at a point where you theoretically could still win. That's why it's there. It's like you don't need the guys who are 9 over to continue playing. They have no chance to win, but they want to set it at a spot where theoretically you have 2 great days. You could still come back and win the tournament. But yeah, it's tough. They don't cut half the baseball team in the middle of the game, or
you are not getting the job done, man. Go sit your ass on the bench.
You're 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. You've been cut from the rest of this game.
You're done. No, it's what's the projected cut line?
That's a good question because it's hard to tell sometimes with the 2 different courses.
Yeah.
If it was like all in the North course, it would be like 5 or 6 under, but all those guys have to play the South, so they may go a different direction today. It usually is like 1 or 2 under par, right. I think, at the Farmers Insurance Open by the time all is said and done at the end of the day today. Before we get to our Rindle Report, let's get to today's biggest fan announcement. If you hear your name called, you'll have 10 minutes to call us back at 833-288-0973. Qualify for the grand prize drawing. It is 20 tickets for you and your friends for a night in our Odyssey Suite at a Padres game this season, catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. And we've got another YouTuber this morning. I've seen the name this morning. Jake Waters from Oceanside. You are the biggest fan this morning. Jake Waters from Oceanside. You have 10 minutes to call us at 833-288-0973. Good luck in our biggest fan contest. And while we wait for Jake, Paulie's going to get us started with the Rindle Report. And get things started here with our today's edition of the Rindle Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Rindle Report with Paul Rindle.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Rindle Report.
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
On 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right.
How are we doing, gentlemen?
Fantastic.
Happy Friday. Let's get
Friday
started here. We will start off with some news from this morning. I got the Winter Olympics just a few weeks away now, but
week away. I think
1 week away.
Next weekend, I believe, opening ceremonies, maybe 1 week from today. Cortina.
We will look into
Italy.
that. We'll get a actual time for the opening ceremony.
Quick question before you go. Do you guys prefer the Winter or the Summer Olympics?
Neither.
Yeah, I was going to say neither, but between the two,
you have to pick one of the two. I'll go winter. I'll go winter.
I will get sucked into watching some snowboard and
bobsled. I mean, it's weird because every bobsled run is exactly the same. 2 minutes, 22.27 seconds. 2 minutes, 22.29 seconds.
I just realized that it's going to invade my home. My wife is obsessed with any Olympics of any kind, winter, summer, spring, or fall.
All right.
She is all in.
Next Friday, 10:40, I believe, Pacific time, AM. 10:40 AM is the opening ceremonies next Friday. But Summer Olympics versus winter. I'm more of a summer, I think. I like the sprinting.
I do not.
I like the swimming events. Those
I
are
feel
fun.
like speed skating is more exciting than just the running around the track.
Curling. I think I'm into
curling's great.
Maybe I think I'm into the Olympics now.
Hockey's okay.
Hockey's
cool.
Better than basketball for Olympics.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch hockey.
Anyways,
more into the winter.
The news from this morning is that how old is she now? Lindsey Vaughn, who's been around the game for 41 years old. Yeah. She wrote this morning that she suffered an injury on her left knee. She crashed and injured her left knee.
Well, I saw the crash. She definitely crashed. It was bad. Yeah.
And she said she still hopes to recover in time for the Olympic Games. She has not ruled that out yet, but right now she has to talk with doctors, and she kind of knew it was already, a tall order to at that age to get back into the sport and compete at the Olympic level. But she was doing it. She was planning to be there, and then had a pretty nasty spill.
So
today.
I saw the headline that she was airlifted off the mountain, and I go, well, that sounds like you're out for months.
Right.
She got up, skied down, stopped a couple of times, and her left knee was clearly hurting her. It's her right knee that was the big injury that she had before. This is her left. And then they airlifted her for medical checks. So we don't really know the severity of what was done damage, but her first race is February 8th. So that's just like a week and 2 days from now. So hopefully she can come back. She's been doing this all in hopes of getting ready for the Winter Olympics.
I'm looking at all the sports in the Winter Olympics. I think I'm into it. Alpine skiing, cross-country skiing, pass. We'll watch somebody jog on skis. No thanks.
That's the speed walking of the Winter Olympics.
Maybe the worst thing.
I'm sure it's also the hardest,
it's so
most
hard.
brutal sport,
Yes.
but I don't watch marathon runners either. So
ski jumping, your taint just swells up every time they hit that thing. You're like, oh God, please don't.
It's the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Agony of my taint. Freestyle skiing, which is the moguls and stuff, which is impossible. Snowboarding, awesome. Nordic combined is ski jumping and cross-country skiing. Ski mountaineering, that's new for 26.
I haven't heard of that.
I haven't either. Biathlon, hey, I'm going to cross-country ski, then I'm going to shoot. So weird.
The shooting's kind of fun. They have to get their heart rate way down again so they can actually shoot.
Holding the gun. Then you got figure skating, speed skating, short track speed skating, ice hockey, curling is awesome. You got bobsleigh.
Bobsleigh.
They say bobsleigh.
Did they change the name of bobsledding to bobsleigh?
The luge, which is let's crystal methamphetamine as a sport, right? That's what it is.
Face forward luge has the best name ever.
Skeleton. Oh, God, it's badass. All right. I think I'm all in on the Olympics this year.
All in. All right. Before we get to our next story, let's head out to line one. Caller, who is this?
Hello.
Hello, Jake.
How are you guys?
Good. How you doing, buddy?
Good. I just jumped off a call with my boss so I could call you guys. Priorities.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I'm glad you made it just in the nick of time. You are in for the grand prize drawing. Jake, thank you for listening. Thank you for being part of the YouTube stream.
Excellent. Thank you guys very much.
Thanks, brother.
See you, buddy.
Another qualifier. A lot of tier ones in there
week.
for the grand prize.
Do we get one every week or every
We
day?
might have got one every day this week, and a bunch of YouTube streamers too. Jocelyn.
Tuesday we missed our biggest fan, but every other day
4 or
this
5,
week,
not bad.
we will take that.
All right,
we'll move on. Keep it kind of in sports here. Now, this young woman has been in the news all week. Been a bit of a player on this show this week.
Sydney Sweeney?
No.
Oh.
Talking about that Miami student.
Abella Danger.
Abella Danger, yeah. Miami law student.
Ben's beloved.
It's being reported that she is in fact a Miami Hurricanes student,
right?
And she is pursuing a law degree because she wants to become a sports agent.
The next Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna have she's gonna be a
very well known
agent. Does that, if you're an athlete,
absolutely.
you're thinking everybody is going to want to, they know her, they're going to want to work with her, right?
Let's put it this way. They're going to want to take that meeting.
They're going to want to take that meeting. I think that could give you an advantage as an athlete.
I think you're right, Paulie. I mean, guys can get very uncomfortable around
beautiful women.
That's
such a good bit.
And if you get, you're negotiating with a team president or a GM and you got him a little unnerved, you might be able to get a slightly better deal.
I mean, bro, if she is a licensed attorney and good, knows what she is doing,
knows her stuff.
You're telling me she can't look across the table and be like, I know you want 20 million, but let's do 25.
Yeah, sold. Sounds good to me.
My client really needs 25 to get this deal done.
It's done. Thanks for coming in today.
You're right, he does.
It's done. Yeah, you got me.
Abella, I couldn't agree more.
Good for her.
We're happy to sign this contract.
Good for her.
All right.
She'll get some clients too.
Oh yeah.
Make no mistake about it.
Zion Williamson and probably already trying to sign.
Who's that quarterback there? He's
Carson Beck.
Carson Beck.
Yes, he's going to need an agent.
Yeah.
Or he probably
Blake Snell seems like he would go there for some reason.
Just because him and Carson Beck look the same.
I think that's why I made that connection. Yeah,
I can't think of any other connection they have.
Blake, you feel like pitching? No, I'm gonna chill. I'm good. No, I'm good. I got 60 innings in me this year. Yeah.
Remember, we like Blake Snell.
Liked
we
Snell.
did Blake Snell.
Go ahead.
All right, we'll wrap it up. This story has nothing to do here locally or anything like that. I understand it, but I think we can have some fun with it. I've actually emailed this over to Ben. If you can assist me with this, I was scrolling around. One of the websites that I peruse for Rhino Report stories is Consequence. They specialize in music, television, movies.
Consequence of sound. Yep.
Got a lot of good stuff there. And they promoted the lineup is out for this summer's Metal Fest out in Milwaukee.
Metal Fest.
Yeah, we're talking Friday, June 5th, 6th, and 7th in Milwaukee.
Sounds loud.
And some of the names on this, I have not heard of most of these, but I was wondering if Ben could maybe give us just an example, a little preview of what might be coming at Metal Fest in Milwaukee this summer.
Sure.
Right.
Friday, June 5th. Here's your lineup. What's
I already love it.
Acid Bath, Obituary, Iron Reagan, Pallbearer, Hyrax, Nun Slaughter.
Jesus.
None? Like a nun?
Like N-U-N? Nun slaughter. God.
Nun Slaughter.
You thought you were hardcore, and then you heard nun slaughter exists.
All right,
Master.
Say that.
That's funny. Weekend Nachos.
They're like, what are we doing here?
Morta Scold. Polka Dot Cadaver.
Polka Dot Cadaver?
These are real bands. How do they come up with these?
Oh, man.
Jeffrey Nothing. Thanatotic Desire. Eyes of the Living. And more, TBA. Saturday. Kill Switch Engage. Suicidal Tendencies.
Oh, what a great band.
Power Trip. After the Burial.
What is this?
This is I Am Death by Nun Slaughter.
Nun slaughter. I love it.
Prong. Internal Bleeding. I'm missing out on a great real or fake category here.
You are. Again.
Macabre.
Again. All I want is enough money to send him to Milwaukee and have a camera on him in meta glasses. That's all I want.
KG says, dude, Kill Switch is from San Diego.
They're great, man.
Belushi Speedball.
Oh,
Belushi.
wow.
Sworn Enemy. Casket Robbery. Human Artifact. These are all real. Oh, Striking 13 and more to be announced.
Okay.
And then Sunday's lineup.
Big day.
This one's a good one.
Ministry.
Oh, Ministry's legendary.
All shall perish. Integrity. Psycho. Myco. Dead Guy. In Sight. Dead by Wednesday. Texas Toast Chainsaw Massacre. And
pull up some of them, please.
I've already
Trip to the Morgue. Plus more to be announced.
That's unreal. Trip to the morgue. Who's this?
Texas Toast Chainsaw Massacre.
Could you make it 3 days there?
Some of their songs, Texas Toast Chainsaw Massacre, their song titles are Nobody Likes You, I Want to Pet Your Dog, The Texas Toast Chainsaw Massacre, Godzilla versus Barkley, Dunks of Justice,
basketball.
Happy Killmore, Fear, People Tornado, RoboCop is whoop ass.
All right. Do you guys think after the last act play, after Ministry closes on Sunday, do you think they'll find any cigarette butts lying around it? at that park.
Strictly no smoking. Woods at Milwaukee Metal Fest.
Any Marlboro Red packs crushed onto the ground. Will it smell of stale beer at that place?
I think my favorites are Weekend Nachos.
Weekend Nachos is incredible.
And Polka Dot Cadaver.
Polka Dot Cadaver is amazing. Again, I just want enough money to go to. I would have to go to Adam and say, can we please get budget? Why? We're sending Ben to Milwaukee for Metal Fest. And Adam go, it's a great idea. Do it.
Yeah.
Right? Great idea. Here, send you here. You stay at the Fister if you want.
Got my mug.
Got your mug
already. So.
Who's this?
This is Human Artifacts, and the song is called Dismembered for Pleasure.
Oh, here we go.
Ben deciphers metal.
There's no way you get one word.
Even close.
All right, we'll do this on Monday. Some of those bands, again, I'll pull some clips. That is fantastic work, Ben.
Oh, man.
That was fantastic work, Paul. I was just reading words on a screen.
I mean, you did it perfectly, though. Holy cow, that was great.
Casket robbery.
Oh, our song to go out to break. How about a head in a Ziploc bag by Human Artifact?
All right, let's go.
They really do stick with the theme.
They do. They're probably like the nicest guys ever. They like play golf in between sets and stuff. For real. Like they probably have like, I pick my kid up from school. But at first, here's head in a Ziploc bag.
Vice
How far is
President of the PTA?
Milwaukee's not too far from Chicago.
No, not far at all.
So we're going to be in Chicago like 3 weeks after this festival. Maybe we just send Benny out early.
God,
Is
I
Milwaukee
love it.
known for like metal?
I think so.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
metal town. Dallas, a big metal town.
Okay.
Yeah, this is great.
All right, when we come back, huge game tomorrow. Look ahead to the Aztecs battle for first place in the Mountain West against Utah State. It's coming up after a check of traffic. More Ben Woods until 10 o'clock on 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
I know you want to send me to Metal Fest. I just
more than anything.
I feel like I would do or say something that might earn me some physical harm. I just,
Like what?
Well, I just don't know that I would be respectful enough of the craft for diehard fans.
I think you go, you get a bratwurst, which you love because it's in Milwaukee.
That's true.
And you get a cold beer. And you watch a little bit of Polka Dot Cadaver.
Can you do that, though? I mean, like it's a baseball game?
Yes.
Like,
You've never been to a festival before?
Take me out to the Metal Fest.
Actually, you've never been to a
metal festival?
No, any sort of festival.
Not really, no.
It's
bonkers.
It's crazy fun.
Is it like a golf tournament? Farmers Insurance Open? There's lots of drinking and
there's less
grass.
golf.
There's way less golf at
There's
festivals.
More half-naked women.
There's more hashish as well that you'll find out at a festival.
Probably the same amount of
Do they
alcohol.
have roped off areas for that, or how does that work?
No, it's
Okay.
free for all.
All right.
I've seen some wild stuff at a festival.
I haven't even been. What was the expensive Kaboo? I haven't even been to that.
You didn't go to Kaboo?
I never went to Kaboo even.
Kaboo was a lot of fun. I mean, I enjoyed it. Every time I went, I actually had a
Everybody
blast.
stuck around for like a few years, right?
Yeah.
Doing
I
anymore?
keep hearing the rumor that it's going to come back, but I just don't see it happening. I got to see Tom Petty's last show ever there, which was crazy.
I have so much regret for not being able to go to that one.
Yeah, I've seen some really good acts there at Kaboo. That was fun, and it's 5 minutes from my house, so it was really cool.
Like we need somebody in our. If anybody out there is looking for some marketing and wants to sponsor a Ben and Woods trip, a Ben Higgins trip, we would love to make this happen and get Ben to Milwaukee in June.
Or Sturgis, like
Or
one of the
Sturgis.
Sturgis still is. Since you said it the other day, him at Sturgis lives rent free in my head, like literally
More than Burning Man.
Oh, by far.
Yeah,
it just
I'm trying
lives.
to picture. Like I feel like I've seen bits and pieces of Sturgis when all the bikers are there, and
Yeah.
like I feel like I just see one small town like little road with some inns and saloons
Yeah.
and stuff. And I can picture Ben just walking down the middle, all these Harleys, all these big hogs just parked right on the side of the
Put you on a 10
road.
speed riding through Sturgis would be amazing.
Feel like I'd be Pee Wee Herman and I'd knock
Yeah,
them all
knock them all
down
down.
accidentally.
God, it'd be great. It'd be great. I just want to see you in uncomfortable situations. It really delights me. It really does. I feel like America would fall in love with you. That's the other thing. I really do. I feel like they'd fall in love with Ben.
You got these streamers that have millions and millions of viewers. They go all over the world doing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, how can we get Ben on that level?
Katrina's Ben to Sturgis would be hilarious. My mom and dad used to go in the 80s. They brought back photos I could never unsee. I can't even imagine, Katrina, what you
In the
saw
80s.
in the 80s
Let's
too.
see. Sturgis Bike Rally 2026, August 7th through the 16th in South Dakota.
I bet it's 1,000 degrees. 1,000, and they're all in leather.
How long is it? What, 7th or the 16th?
That's what I said.
9 days?
9
9
days.
days.
9 times.
9 times.
Oh.
You got to be out there all 9 days. God, I would love it, man.
Not only would you have to pay for me to go there, you'd have to pay me a lot to stay for 9 days.
You go for an afternoon. Look at that.
9
Oh my
days.
It looks like so much fun. Everyone just getting along, looking at their bikes and stuff.
Looks like a nice little town. Maybe like a roadside diner could be
Just-
enjoyable.
You and your, John Ashworth golf shirt out there would just be incredible. Sore thumb.
I've
is what it
gotten
would
one
be.
text already from a tier 1. I will spot Ben. Spot or sponsor?
This
Ben
is
to go
what
to
this is what
Sturgis.
GoFundMe's were created for, right?
Says I got the hotel and flight. We'll get the ticket.
I'd like you to actually ride in on the back of somebody else's hog with
Ooh,
your
the little
arms.
side cart. With the little goggles.
I just don't want to go.
I want you to go.
Don't want to
I
go.
want you to go so bad. I'm begging you to go. I think literal America would fall in love with you. I could turn you into America's sweetheart. For real. Not kidding.
Come crank your hog.
Yeah, with Bennett Sturgis, please. The whole country would be loving you.
All right. Speaking of uncomfortable situations, the Aztecs will find themselves in
What a transition.
pretty
that was.
uncomfortable arena, the D. Glenn Smith Spectrum, tomorrow in Logan, Utah. It is you know what? I have to pay a little respect to the Utah State Aggies because they don't have some of the advantages that San Diego State has in the Mountain West. For instance, San Diego State has had 2 coaches this century, Steve Fisher and
Yep.
Brian Dutcher. Utah State has had 5 different coaches in the last 7 years because, well, they keep having success. And every year they have success, someone else comes and pays their coach more and steals them away. It's hard to build a program when you don't have the financial wherewithal to do so. But it remains, I think they've gone to 5 NCAA tournaments in the last 7 seasons under 5 different head coaches. And they are trying to get back there again this year. They've got the best net ranking and best Ken Palm metrics in the Mountain West. They're currently 1 game behind the Aztecs for 2nd place. So incredibly important game because if San Diego State wins, here's what they get. Here's your prize. You get a quad 1 win on the road that will remain a quad 1 win all season long. An absolute metric booster for both your Ken Pom and your net, so it helps your chances of an NCAA at-large bid. It also gives you a 2-game lead and the tiebreaker over Utah State in the race for the Mountain West Conference title, and you've also got a 1-game lead over New Mexico, and you have the tiebreaker over them, having beat them already once at Viejas Arena. So you are getting a chance to put yourself in an extremely advantageous position if you can go in and pick up a win in a nationally televised game that, people are going to be watching. It's right ahead of the golf coverage on CBS tomorrow, 10 to noon on Channel 8 locally. You're going to see it all over the country, though. Big game for the Aztecs tomorrow.
You are firmly in the chamber.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
We will be broadcasting.
I will be recording it.
Live, 10 to noon.
Also, tough place to play. Student section, the herd there is no joke. I mean, they kind of invented the I believe we will win.
They were the show
chat.
before the show.
Show may have perfected it, but they invented it and a whole bunch of other things as well. They are one of the tougher student sections and tougher road environments in college basketball. Now, I think it affects the Aztecs a little bit less because they're used to it playing in their home arena. Whether it's directed at you or not, you're kind of used to that atmosphere of student sections chanting, yelling, whether it's at you or the other team. It sort of, I think, helps out San Diego State. But, they went to the Grand Canyon, the Havocs, and ended up losing that game on a close one in a tough road environment as well last week. So this is a chance to try to get over that hump and get a big win tomorrow.
Big one. And, nobody spoil it for Benjamin, all right? If you see him out at Petco.
I'm not expecting to not know.
Okay.
Pretty sure I will know before I
now that
turn
you
on
said
the
that,
TV.
somebody will walk by and just go,
don't even
down
try.
for it.
I'm not asking you to try. I'm not Chris Ello. Chris Ello will go to great lengths to try to avoid the outcome of games that he has DVR'd at home to watch late at night before he goes to sleep. I know that I'm going to find out probably as it happens what happens in the game tomorrow, but that's okay. I will watch it later for work purposes.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's take a final timeout. Come back, get you ready for Fan Fest. That's where we're going to be tomorrow from 10 to noon. I am looking forward to it. Padres, if you missed it, did make a move yesterday. We can bring that back as well. Final segment of Ben and Woods, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Well, guests on Better What's here on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Our guest tomorrow at Padres Fan Fest will be Padres relief pitcher Jason Adam. I believe that one is first, right? Early in the show.
Correct.
Yeah, I think I can get more specific times, obviously subject to change.
Sure.
They got a lot of things going on, the players do.
Yeah, it's busy.
Fan Fest. We are scheduled to have Jason Adam pretty much right off the bat, about 10, 15 minutes into the show tomorrow. And then Craig Stammen will be around in the second part of our show right around 11:30.
What in the world are we going to talk about for 2 hours tomorrow?
Metal Fest.
Fine.
Maybe he's been to Sturgis.
Have we talked music with Craig Stammen yet? Like his favorite artist? Do you think he's a country guy? Seems like a country guy. Yeah, a lot of guys are.
Yeah, I don't know. You kind of exhaust all your Padres talk for the 20 hours this week, and then, hey, just one more extra half show for that. So, I don't know. Maybe we can interview tier ones that are out there. Just do whatever we want. We'll have some fun.
Observations of what's going on. I mean, it's usually a fairly chaotic scene. It has been in past fan fests, to be sure.
Indeed. That's why they pay us these big bucks, though.
So the Atlanta Braves canceled theirs this weekend.
Yeah,
due
nasty
to
weather.
Bad weather.
Dang.
I don't think that's.
I think we're good.
A likelihood tomorrow. We didn't we?
We had to cancel one.
There was huge rain, and we had to cancel one a couple of years ago. Sadly,
I remember it was like touch and go. Like, should we just do it? Nah, just bang it, and it was the right decision. That
but it wasn't just us. The Padres banged the whole thing too.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, the year they went to Korea, because I think there was like a discussion that like it can't really. In any other circumstance, they would have just moved it to a little bit closer to the start of the season in March after the team got back, but they couldn't do that. They had
nothing they could do.
I think they had the 2 games in South Korea, and then they came back for a few days.
Do we know Do we know when the guys got a split from spring training for the WBC?
It's like a
yet?
week after we leave.
Okay.
After we're there.
Like right before March or right around March 1st, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Just close to the end of
I think
February.
every country might be different.
Yeah,
but I believe it's that following.
You know, it's somebody had DM'd me the other day and asked me, hey, what's a good week to go out to spring training? I told them when we were going. And I said, make sure if you want to book your spring training, you don't, if you want to go out and see Manny and Fernando, which if you're a Padres fan, I'm assuming you do, make sure you don't book your trip for when they're gone. Just something to think about as you plan to go out there for spring training. And it's such a fun time every time out at spring training, and hope springs eternal out at spring training every year.
I don't think you have to stretch that much, though, to see hope for the San Diego Padres.
No.
team.
But
they're set up for, I think, a pretty good season.
Well, I saw the Zips projections, Ben.
Oh, I wanted to talk about those. Can you hold on to those, and we'll check out what the numbers say about your 2026 San Diego Padres right after traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This traffic report supports a fentanyl-free America, brought to you by the San Diego DEA. Couple of problems in the North County wrapping up our morning drive. Got a collision on northbound 15 before the 78. A couple vehicles involved there over to the right shoulder, and reports of a collision on eastbound 78 near the 15. That is over to the right shoulder. Looks like emergency crews may have that right lane blocked. Families laughing, parents cheering, futures filled with hope. The American dream is possible when our country is fentanyl-free. Protect communities, prevent fentanyl overdoses, and support those impacted. Learn how to protect your loved ones from fentanyl at dea.gov/fentanyl-free. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Mentioned back in our first hour that the Padres added veteran left-hander Marco Gonzales on a minor league deal yesterday, and he'll get an invitation to spring training and a chance to make the roster, maybe even the starting rotation, but I don't think he figures in prominently in the Padres' Zips projections. This is the model that essentially kind of projects an upcoming war for a player in their next season.
Yeah, and teams. The Fangraphs, it's through Fangraphs, and our pal Dan Zimborski puts these out every year. And you just rip through the NL West for you right now. Guess who's number one?
Dodgers are the number one in baseball by quite a large margin. I mean, percentage-wise, like 5 or 6 ahead of any other team, right?
Yeah, so they're projected to win 96 games, 96 and 66, which, again, I saw a projection yesterday, too, that, had the over-under, they went over 103. So 96 and 66 for them. Chance of winning the division, 68.9, almost 69%.
Seems low.
Playoffs, 91.7.
Seems low.
World Series win, 18.2% to win the World Series, which is insane on January 30th.
It is an insanely high amount, but it's also crazy to think that according to the numbers, there's a 4 in 5 chance that the Dodgers won't win the World Series.
True. That's the other way to look at it. In second place in the NL West, you got the San Francisco Giants at 84 and 78. Have them at a 14.6% percentage chance to win the division, 35.5% chance to win the wild card, and 50% playoffs. So San Diego Padres right behind them, 83 at 79, with a 31.9% chance to be a wild card and 41.9% chance to be in the playoffs.
Now, when you say 83, I think people go, wow, that means they think the Padres are going to be much worse. I don't think the Zips projections never are going to inflate the number of wins. Right. Just like the Dodgers seem very low.
At 96.
All these other teams are also lower as well. Yep. If everything came down to Zips projections, playoff teams would be at 83 wins every single year.
Yeah.
Now, generally, there are teams that'll outperform that'll win some games that they're supposed to lose, and you end up in that 87 win range to have to make the postseason. So you can't just go, oh, they're only 83 wins. There's no way they're going to make the playoffs with 83 wins. Well, if Zips had their way, they would likely make the playoffs with 83 or 84 wins. You actually need 87 to get there, but that's how kind of the math works.
Yep, and obviously these will be, they're not final projections because they're still people out there to be signed. You could absolutely affect your Zips projections, but the Diamondbacks 81 and 81. 31% chance of making the playoffs. The Colorado Rockies, 61 and 101. A 0% chance to win the division, a 0.1 chance to make a wild card, and a 0.1% chance to make a playoff.
0% chance of winning the division. That means it's so low.
So last year, the Padres were projected behind the Diamondbacks. They were projected 85 and 77 with a 39% chance of making the wild card and a 51% chance of making the playoffs. So slightly behind that. I would assume the loss of Dylan Cease and his WAR is certainly part of that equation, because he certainly has a value that the Padres no longer can attribute their zips to. He goes to the Blue Jays, of course, in their projections. So that's probably the biggest change. You also don't have Luis Ariz anymore, who was part of last year's zips projections, whatever it was.
Yep.
And he's no longer part of the equation either.
You've added Laureano. You've added Fermin, whatever that brings you. I'm not sure. But so, yeah, I mean, again, what did they have? You did have the numbers for last year, 80.
Yeah, 85.
85.
And that was one behind the Diamondbacks at 86. Okay. Of course, Diamondbacks didn't live up to their projections. The Padres exceeded theirs by 5 last season.
Yeah, I mean, the chances of if you're a Rockies fan, you're like, 0.1% chance to make the playoffs. 0.1. Fun to go into spring training with those odds right there.
Do they have just the team, or do they have like individual breakdown of players as well?
I just don't have it.
Okay.
But I can find it.
Oh, I have that.
I don't think it loves our players.
Oh, Paulie called it up. Michael King, top of the rotation, 3.3. Nick Pivetta, 2.8. Joe Musgrove, 2.4. Again, it's very hard to project a guy coming back from Tommy John surgery. Yep. That could be way low. It could be way high. You just don't know what Joe Musgrove's going to have. Randy Vasquez at 0.8. I think that's probably on the low side, given what we've seen from Randy Vasquez. Now, his numbers in terms of his movement, velocity don't inspire a lot of, don't scare a lot of people, but he gets outs and he continues to get outs. And then JP Sears right behind him at 0.7.
Why is Kyle Hart so small in there? Do you see that?
Just a little Hart. Just a little Hart. Well, the numbers get smaller as you get less impactful.
But the numbers stay the same, but the names get smaller, which is weird.
Don't know.
Around the infield.
Maybe because he's not in the starting rotation per se.
Manny Machado, only projected for 3.2 WAR with a little help from Sungmun Song at third base. Xander Bogaerts at 3.3 at short. Jake Cronenworth, Song, and Wagner at 2.0. And then at first base, Jake Cronenworth, Gavin Sheets, and Luis Camposano at 1.2. That's a problem.
Yeah, that's
only getting 1.2 projected WAR out of your first base platoon combinations. Freddie Fermin, 2.1 behind the plate. It's fine. Not catchers aren't going to give you tons necessarily offensively for most teams. Outfield is where it's looking the best, with Fernando at 5, Jackson Merrill at 4.3.
I think an underrated Laureano.
And a little bit at 2.2. And then the bullpen at a 3.5 combined is a pretty nice number as well, with all the Padres have coming back in their pen.
Yeah, Adcock in there for sure. Alec Jacob, Brad Glay, Rodriguez, Jason Adam.
Jason Adam is a little number. I don't know. They may not think he's coming back until halfway through the season.
We'll find out tomorrow.
Our information tends to say he's on track to come back earlier than that. We'll definitely get an update tomorrow when we talk to him at Padres Fan Fest.
Super excited to ask him, hey, so how you feeling? How you looking? When you coming back? Right? That's gotta be the first
those
question.
numbers, which one you'd sign up for right away? I'd take 3.3 from Xander. Solid season for Xander Bogaerts, but he can do better than that. I mean, these are very realistic projections.
I'd take
Fernando has gone way over 5 at times.
I'll take Merrill at 4th.
I was just going to say, would you take that or risk it?
I would like more from all of those guys. I actually would like more from just about everything I see.
Yeah, pretty much.
On this diamond.
Laureano, I think 2.2 is a little low. I think he can do better than that.
I mean, Pivetta was what was Pivetta's WAR last season? It had to be well over what he's being projected for this season.
I think you factor in regression.
The B WAR last year was
5.3.
Yeah, I mean he was fantastic last season. So they're projecting Nick Pivetta is going to be half as good as he was last year.
Yeah, they're slow playing.
That's a big drop off. I would like to see less of a drop off from Nick Pivetta.
Yeah, same.
Michael King could be a 5-6 WAR type pitcher if he stays healthy and pitches the way we know he can. They're being very conservative with his projection, though, not knowing what he's going to have coming off his various injuries as well. So these are, for 83 wins, you're not asking anybody to have a career season.
No, you're really
not. These are all very modest projections for the San Diego Padres that would lead to 83 wins. Now, a few of these guys have better seasons than that. You can expect to win again in the upper 80s and close to 90 again.
Yeah.
And that's before they've made any other final additions that they may get before the start of spring training.
Sure would like to see some of those come in at some point. That'd be awesome.
All right. I'm okay with what I'm seeing there.
Yeah.
DH is a problem too.
Big time.
One WAR projected from a DH combination of Paulie, can you bring that up again? It was Gavin Sheets, Luis Campusano, then Tirso Ornelas and Will Wagner. I mean, if Will Wagner
one WAR.
If Will Wagner is getting like more than one game at DH this year,
you sound like one of my little kids. One WAR, carrots again.
Literally, you don't have to play any defense at all to contribute as DH. You just have to find someone who can hit.
One WAR.
You got to find someone who can hit the baseball and get more than one WAR out of your designated hitter.
Elite.
Just go back to pitchers hitting. I mean, pitchers can give you one WAR hitting.
Yeah, fair.
Over the course of a season, maybe.
Fair. Oh man. Yeah, that's tough. You'd love to add somebody there that can swing the stick a little bit better than one WAR. You're so mad.
I am kind of mad.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, again, AJ still has work to do. But you can improve that quite a bit without doing a ton before the start of the season.
Yep,
One measly WAR from your designated hitter. Why is it the positions that are usually the easiest to find
Allegedly.
offense? First base,
Allegedly.
designated hitter. Padres can't seem to find. Last year, left field, like so easy to find an offensive left fielder. Apparently not.
Cannot find one. Just can't. We only need 3 now. I mean, you need a couple of bodies there. But happy hunting.
See you boys
happy
tomorrow.
Weekend. Oh, that's right. Tomorrow's a work day. We will see you out at FanFest. Us starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And then we'll be back here Monday at 6 a.m. for another week of Ben and Woods. That's
Woodstock
it.
week.
Braden and Frank coming up next for our executive producer, Paul Reindl. For Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Have a great rest of your Friday from all of us at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.